Why, hello there, and welcome to a stream. Hello, and welcome to everybody who is here and who is not here, everybody in the world. Hello, Fred says hello. Look at this little boy. Look at this good boy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I am here. I am here. I wanted to apologize for not streaming on Wednesday. I just life and stuff and things. Honestly, like the weather's been really nice the past week or so. And it's been really hard not to spend like I've been spending too much time outside. But that's, not necessarily a bad thing. It's just been really, really nice outside. So I've been sort of soaking in the sun and spending a lot of time spinning. I had a hard time, like honestly, had a hard time getting on stream today. Just because I was outside spinning my oxbow for like 5 hours today. So physically, I'm exhausted. I am so physically tired right now. But we can do a little stream here. You'll notice that I have this listed as a news and politics stream instead of a just chatting stream. I really need to record some videos, well, specifically a video. So this is gonna be specifically a news and politics stream because I'm gonna have to record some content about news and politics, put it in that category. I know usually my Friday streams are like a chill, just chatting stream, but that's just not gonna work. Also, I wanted to ask everyone. Hold on, I'm gonna one sec. Wanted to ask people about this before we get started here. I'm considering, like, honestly. So I did like News Monday. And first of all, I was barely able to talk about the Iran war because it's such a big topic and I got sort of stun locked by by chat. We sort of got onto a conversation. And it was definitely something that distracted me and I was unable to record a video. So I want to record a video tonight, but also like I've been thinking about it and I'm not really sure that it's going to be a good, like, I don't think Wednesday gaming streams are gonna work out. Like, I think I might need to do 2 news and politics streams a week. So, like, Monday and Wednesday might be good news and politics streams, and then Friday will remain, like, a chill, just chatting stream. Let's see here, we got Esther, hello, welcome. We got some trolls in chat. And Alice, hello, welcome. Thank you to the trolls. You are pushing my channel and my success to new heights. Thank you for pushing the trans agenda and pushing woke on the kids. I really appreciate that you MAGA freaks are doing a service to the trans community by, you know, yeah. Anyway, girly girl, hello. One love, hello. And Ma Cotton, hello. Hope you're all doing well. We're just gonna chill for a few minutes here, let everybody pop in, let the stream start up, and then we will get started on some actual conversations here. I do have some articles I need to pull up and stuff, so I'm gonna start working on that as we get chatting here. I'm gonna get some Aaron articles pulled up. I wanted to I wanted to oops. Okay, Fred. Fred, don't swipe at me like that. If you're in a playful mood, you need to go do something else. Cause I can't play with you right now. Um, yeah, just a fair warning, the video that I'm gonna record later is gonna be a little bit depressing. So I just wanted to prep people there. I wanted to prep people there. It's gonna be a very not fun video, but it's fine. It's just what we gotta do. I'm gonna take a few news stories and I'm gonna roll it all into one video. So we're gonna cover the Lord, the Kansas story. We're going to do the Fourth Circuit. story that I don't know if anyone saw, but that's more recent. We might touch on the Rogan story and maybe the Missouri story. But the overall theme is just going to be like, hey, the trans genocide is ramping up and continuing as it has been. I think I have a few points I'm going to make throughout the various topics, but yeah, we will save that for the video so I don't, give away the thing here. One thing I want to say about the trolls in chat, y'all are like, i- I don't understand how y'all like think that like, do you not see the pedophile in our pedophile president in office? Do you not see the illegal and offensive war with Iran? Do you not see him stealing money from all of you? Like Trump started a meme coin and stole like billions of dollars from his base when he got into office. Same with Melania. I mean, like they're selling you Bibles that are just like repackaged Bibles for like $100. He doesn't even care. Like he's just trying to capitalize on your stupidity. So like I don't know. If you're still in MAGA, like it says a lot about the fact that your brain like doesn't work. Because if you can't see the writing on the wall, like Trumpism is dead. People are fleeing MAGA at a record rate. Woke is coming back. It's you're cooked. Like you're cooked. So, keep crying, stay mad, all that stuff. It's funny that like I don't know. I could go on and on, but it's fine. Nobody cares about trolls. True. That is so true. And again, thank you for pushing the woke agenda. Like if you're here and you're a troll, you are genuinely helping a trans person make content about trans people to inform people about trans people. So you're like actually pushing the trans agenda. Like you are helping a trans person with trans visibility. So like maybe you think you're here to epically own me or whatever, but hate watching kind of does the opposite of what you think it's gonna do. Like you think you're gonna own me and I'm gonna be disgraced and I'm never gonna stream again and I'm just, oh no, some stranger online said something mean to me, whatever shall I do? But that's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
That's very true. MAGA loves to take it from behind by hairy, swarthy Israeli men. I just got off work and I'm heading home. Nice. Nice. Cool. Ah, yum. Water's good. Dude, I am trans, okay? Uh, what are, uh, I don't know what I don't know what you're definitely reading like a troll. No one believes that, really. Unless you're not a troll, in which case you should make that very clear. Actually, let me look at your comment history. Fred, you're being so needy, and I love you. I love you. Okay, so you have like 3 comments on my channel, and yeah, no way to tell. Fred, go do something else, dude. He's being so needy, and then he's like, he doesn't want pets. Like I don't really know what he wants. I don't know what he wants. Anyway, go ahead, like the stream if you're watching. Please like the stream. Help us get started here. Help us get more people into the into the stream here so we can get things grooving and moving. And honestly, I'm probably going to start recording the video soon. Probably going to do that soon. I need to figure out the order of what oh god. I need to figure out the order of what I want to do and um okay. Being a vegan Trump humper is embarrassing. Well, yeah. I mean, being a Trump humper is embarrassing, but if you're vegan, that makes me think that you think RFK is cool, which is hilarious. Good evening, Serena. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Happy to have everybody here. Happy to have you all here. Take care, Leah. I get triggered too easily by trolls. Yeah, just block them, Julius. You don't need to leave. Just like ignore them or block them. Like, let me be so real with you. Nothing they say should bother you. Nothing. Nothing they say should bother you. It's like a dog barking. Like, you don't get insulted when a dog barks at you. You don't get insulted, like, it's just not worth spending your emotional energy on, you know? Like, they're stupid, and it you almost have to view it as, like, what a sad person, and then, like, you have to just kinda, like, or, like, think it's funny or something, like, I don't know, you gotta kinda shield yourself against I was vegan way before Maha, and he is not vegan. Yeah, I know. That's the funny part is that RFK Jr. Advocates people eat like an all meat diet. He wants you to go out there and kill like 700 chickens a day and eat like 700 pounds of chicken a day and nothing else. Like that's what he wants. It's just we don't need to get into it. We don't need to get into it. It's not the point. All right. So let's see here. Kansas, that's a really important story. Fourth Circuit, that's a really important story. Um, we're gonna probably do the Rogan story and Missouri. Yeah, I think those are all good. I got like something in my eye, and it's kind of pissing me off. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't like Trump, but I am conservative. Your username might need to be changed then if you don't like Trump because your username indicates that you are sucking on his big toe right now. You're like you're sucking on that MAGA knob, You used to? Okay. Well, I recommend you change your username because people are going to get the wrong impression about you. Ugh. Hopefully that gets it. I don't want to have to like run upstairs and look in a mirror and try to get whatever this is out of my eye. I think it's like an eyelash. But I'm pretty sure it is. I probably should have like redone my makeup. Yeah, there it is. I probably should have redone my makeup. Not even like my makeup, like my mascara. Like that's literally the only thing I've done today. Normally I wear like some concealer or something, but I just am not. Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't have anything. Well, do I have something stuck in my eye still? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell if I just sort of still feel like it or if I have something stuck in my eye. I don't know. Anyway, just a couple things. We have a Discord. I've got my link tree. I pinned it in both chats. You can see all my social medias in there. We have a Twitch. We have a YouTube. Watch on whichever platform you want. Um, yeah, if you want to support me, Patreon is the best way to do that. My link tree is there, and you can see that. As a trans woman, I'm so glad that YouTube lets you change your username really easily. No excuses. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I still have the same values. It's him who changed. Yeah, Trump. Yeah, Trump has changed so much over the past 10 years.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Freddie is lovey-dovey today. No, he's just being annoying, actually. I don't know what he wants. Like, I keep petting him and stuff, but I don't think that's what he wants. Like, he keeps acting like he wants something really bad. He's flicking his tail back and forth, which is telling me that he's like annoyed or he really wants something. I think he's hungry actually yeah, that's what it is. He's hungry. His food dispenses in like 30 minutes. So he's just like, "Why are you not feeding me right now? Why am I not getting fed right now? Why is that not happening?" Jackie, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you all here. All right, I feel like we've got enough people here now. We should go ahead and get started on trying to record this video. Let me make a real quick sticky note here with some I need to put some points that I want to make for the video. Hey, Mackenzie, welcome. Freddie is so cute and we all love him. Yes, you all love him so much, especially because you don't have to deal with his stinky butt. Because he's got that poopy, stinky butt, and you don't have to deal with his poopy, stinky butt. And so, like, all you have to see is him being so cute. Look how cute he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's such a cute boy. Yes, he is. Oh, my sweet boy. My sweet boy. Yeah. Are you gonna You're gonna mess with the shade? Yeah. Is that what you're gonna do? He is such a sweet boy. I listen to all your videos but never chat. Well, hello. Thank you for supporting. Even if you're lurking most of the time, it's good to see you and welcome. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Hey, good evening. Hello, abiding. Happy Friday the 13th. Is it Friday the Oh wow, it is. I didn't even notice. Unfortunately, I'm feeling rather sick. I'm sorry you're sick. I hope you feel better soon. Trump hasn't changed. The difference between the 45 and 47 is that old Republican establishment safeguards have been replaced by sycophants. Exactly. Yeah, Trump hasn't changed. Just the checks and balances degraded more over time. Didn't realize Friday the 13th. Yeah, doing other things. So going to have you on in the background. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome. And thank you for the support. Thank you all for the support. Like this stream if you want to support me and help get more people in here. That would be super helpful. Would appreciate that. We're gonna try to do a banger video tonight. My goal is to record a video that's gonna go super duper hard in the algorithm tomorrow. And let's just hope it does. It's gonna be a little bit of an intense video emotionally. So fair warning there. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's important. So let me um sorry, I'm just making a rough template here of I have thought about changing my name, but again, I still agree with making America great. I don't have to like Trump for that. No, but if you like his slogan, then you're slobbing on his knob. You know, if you don't like Trump, why are you using his campaign slogan? That's like being like, I don't like Obama, but like hope and change, bro. Hope and change. Like what? Like you're using his slogan, my guy. You're like, I don't like Trump, but I'm gonna repeat everything he says. You know what I mean? Like you should think about that. You should just put a little more thought into that, I think. Because I think if you think about it enough, you'll realize that if you don't like Trump, maybe you don't want to like, I don't know, use his campaign slogan in your freaking name. Okay. Whatever. That's like being like your username is like I love cats. And it's like, "Oh, okay, what's your favorite kind of like cat? Like what kind of cats do you like?" And you're like, "I don't like cats." Like, okay? Like what are we doing here? Um My first and middle names are still the same, and also about the "Make America Great Again" thing, just one thing for you to understand about that. Trump stole that from Viktor Orban, who is like an authoritarian leader what the fuck is that place called? What is that place called? Starts with a thing and ends with a thing. Hungary. Is that what it is? Is it Hungary? I think it's Hungary. But basically Viktor Orban, yeah, it's Hungary. That was his campaign slogan. It was "Make Hungary Great Again." That's what Viktor Orban ran on, and Trump just stole it from him. Like it's a slogan that's been used by a number of like despot leaders. And so, like, it's not even creative. Like, it's not like, "Oh, make America great again." What an interesting and novel slogan. What a concept. What an idea. It's like it's something that has literally been used over and over by other leaders as like a dog whistle for authoritarianism. Like it's a way to dog whistle nationalism, you know? So, like, if you understand that, maybe it kinda takes the luster out of it, you know? Like, "Oh, it's not really make America great again, it's make America like these other shithole countries again." Which I don't know if, again is really well, I mean, America is kind of a shithole country already, so whatever. Hey, like the stream, please, thank you, we're getting some good likes in there, like, people are pumping up those numbers, but keep pumping those numbers. Oh, water is so good. I love water so much. I drink water and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." That's incredible right there. That's incredible. Get 10% off your water with code Leah at your faucet. So, anyway, all right, let me Fourth Circuit. Okay, I'm just sorry. I'm trying to mark the points that I want to make with these each specific articles. So, we got Viktor Orban has no business being in power. I know. I mean, he's like basically like he's just like he's like forced himself to stay in power. Like he's not didn't work. I'm sorry. I try. Hey Lauren, welcome, and Queen of Guinea Pigs, welcome. Welcome to everybody. Okay, so let's see here. Um okay, I think I got all my points. I got all my point. Hey, Slicey Slicer, welcome. I hope you're having a fun Friday. I had a lovely Friday. I spent a lot of time outside spinning my props and enjoying the sunshine. It was very lovely. I'm very physically tired, but I'm excited to be here and talk about stuff. Um, so it's useful for government, like people say. Well, yeah, Lauren, you're totally right. I mean, like, if people genuinely think that the Second Amendment is about, like, we can talk about this before getting into the video. If people think the Second Amendment is about like stopping a tyrannical government, first of all, what are y'all doing literally right now? Because like, hello, tyrannical government, like, are you taking your Second Amendment to Washington D.C.? No, you're not. You're literally just sitting on your couch, drinking a beer, eating your potato chips, watching some stupid TV show while an authoritarian dictator like uh gets us into illegal and offensive wars and genocides entire populations and displaces hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, and does the bidding of a genocidal apocalyptic death cult nation. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and here's the reality of the situation. They've got drones. The government has drones. So like you and your five friends are gonna get your AK-47s or whatever stupid assault rifle uh you have, or like whatever you've got, and you're gonna go out into a field, and then they're just gonna drone strike you, and you're gonna be fucking dead in 3 seconds, and you're not gonna do anything. Like, let's run this situation again. Okay, you and your 60 friends get together, you're mad, you form a militia, you start marching with your weapons, and you make it clear that you intend to commit violence, and within seconds they have like dropped a bomb on you, or they've drone striked you, or they've got like 17 snipers gunning you all down. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think genuinely that you stand a chance against the billions and billions and billions of dollars that the military has? Do you think you stand a chance against B-52 bombers? Do you think you stand a chance against anything that the government has? You don't. So dumb. Um, exactly, and MAGA dumbos will vote for anyone who's transphobic. They would support the Ayatollah if he was a transphobe. Well, actually, Lauren, that's not necessarily true. We've been seeing that, like, when Republicans run explicitly on anti-trans messaging, most of the time it actually goes very poorly for them. There are only a few situations where Republicans run explicitly on anti-trans stuff and it works for them. Like, look at the polling. If you look at the polling, like, trans rights is like 19th on issues of priority for like the average voter. So like people like genuinely people either don't care about trans rights, or they don't want to hear about it, or they're like in favor of it. And those are really the majority, most of people, what they believe. Like the only people that really care about the anti-trans stuff are like the extreme religious fundamentalists, or like, yeah. Well, it worked on vegan MAGA, so this vegan MAGA BS. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, yes. This person is like some terminally online dumbass piece of shit. But what? But here's the thing: is that you cannot use the internet as a way to take a cross section of the voter base. Like, if you look at the online left and you're like, okay, let's extrapolate out from the online left, then you would believe that 90% of Democrats are like gay trans furries who are like hyper socialists who want communism tomorrow. Like, if you're online, that's what you're gonna think is the majority of the left population, which is like not true. Like, there's a lot of like normie leftists, and there's a lot of liberals still, and like there's a lot of, yeah. But if you go by the people that are terminally online sitting in a YouTube chat, you're getting a bad cross section of the American population. Like, you're literally getting like the bottom of the barrel. Like, this vegan MAGA guy is probably just like living in his mom's basement, like rage chatting in my YouTube chat right now. And it's like if you like he this is a sad, pathetic individual. Like, this person uh really should be spending time thinking about their life and the choices that they've made that have led them to this point where they're hating on a minority population who has absolutely nothing to do with their fucking life. But instead they're gonna just like continue being one of the biggest losers in the entire face of the earth. And there's nothing you can do about it. So there's really no worth like engaging with these people. Like, there's really not like, um, wait, you're not saying communist furries are the bottom of the barrel too, are you? No, no, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that, like, the people that you're interacting with online are not a full cross section of the voter base. They are not that. So, oh my goodness. Thank you. Who did that? Who shared those? Jackie, thank you so much for gifting 20 memberships. Shits. I just said memberships. That's so funny. Memberships with a P. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's really kind of you. Holy shit, that's awesome. Look at all these people that got memberships. That's sick. I love that. I love it. It's huge, folks. It's huge. It's huge.
Tic tac toe, a winner. a winner.
Um, Shockingly, my once transphobic MAGA aunt is changing her ways. She painfully, by her own admission, realized everything right-wing politics told her was all a lie. Wow, Mackenzie, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. But also, like, that's just symptomatic of what we're gonna have to deal with over the long term. Like, there's gonna be a lot of that was truly a large membership drop. Yes, true. Uh like, there's gonna be a lot of deprogramming we're gonna have to do for people or like in general, there's a lot of deprogramming people are gonna have to go through. And I'm not saying that we have to do it. Like honestly, the onus is on the MAGA person to do the work and do the actual like learning that they need to do to like, figure out reality and stuff. But it is important to consider that like once the MAGA movement is truly dead, like it's dying right now, but once it's truly dead, these people are gonna have nowhere to go. And like there are some people who are gonna be MAGA till they die. Like there are some people who like even after the movement is long dead, even after like in 20 years when people look back and you say MAGA, people are gonna like think of that like the KKK. Like in 20 years, people are gonna be like MAGA. You mean that loser death cult that everyone hates? And there are gonna still there's still gonna be some people who are like, yes, I am MAGA till I die or whatever. But like 98% of those people are gonna deprogram. And honestly, within 20 years, everyone's gonna be like, oh, MAGA? Ew, like I never had a part in that. Even though they probably did. Or maybe not probably, but just like even though some people did. Um yeah, so like if someone's still meat writing Trump, like seriously, don't engage with it, please. Like I don't ban people because the hate watching helps me, but like I don't want y'all like sitting in here arguing with some like permanently online brain rotted MAGA chud. You know what I mean? Like just like let them fester in their own shit, and eventually maybe they'll like realize that a shit sauna or a shit hot tub is like not a pleasurable thing to be like bathing in on a daily basis, and they'll be like, "Huh, maybe I should like take a shower and like go outside and like talk to real people and like I don't know, understand the world for what it really is." Um yeah, so that's true. I struggle to find people who share my exact political opinions. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I feel that too. Like, I'm online a lot, and when I go out in real life, I find it hard to find people that are on the same page as me, especially like living in a red state. Like I find it extremely hard to find people who are agreeable to my every position. But that's just because I'm a super leftist. I'm just very educated, and a lot of people don't pay that much attention in the first place. So like that's 80% of people right there who just like really aren't paying that much attention. So like their beliefs are informed to a point, but they're informed based on what they've heard or what they've gotten secondhand or what they think they know is happening. There are very few people who like make educated decisions about their political beliefs based on what is actually happening. And those people tend to be like hyper informed people, like people that are in this chat right now or people that are whatever. Like what even causes people to hate for no reason? Ignorance I can forgive, hate is unforgivable. Well, a lot of it has to do with ignorance. People hate what they don't understand, right? Like people when they don't understand the trans experience, they come up with all these misconceptions and all these preconceived notions and all these stigmas and stereotypes or whatever. And they just like live within this false reality where like instead of interacting with trans people as they really are, they're like interacting with this idea of trans people that they've built up in their brain, which is like it's a false thing. It's a false reality that they're living in. But like they get lost in it because like fear and ignorance are extremely powerful things. Like once you're like and then there's also confirmation bias, where like a lot of people seek to confirm their beliefs instead of discredit them. And so like a lot of these right-wing people are not spending a second of effort like thinking like, "Oh, but like what if I'm wrong?" What if I am wrong? And because they don't do that, they never really like second guess anything that they've heard. Like they just like someone said something to them and they believed it, and they're just honestly like what I've noticed with right wingers, a lot of them are just parroting stuff. So like a right-winger will be like, "Oh, I don't like trans people because, like, they make me feel weird, or I'm, like, sexually attracted to them, and that makes me feel uncomfortable because I don't know what that means or whatever." And so, like, people will, like, they'll have an initial reaction where they'll be like, "Oh, I don't like this because I'm scared or I don't understand." And then they'll go find some right-winger who's like, "Well, actually, trans people are, like, evil, and you should hate them because I said so." And then they'll go on, like, Facebook, and they'll go into some comment section. They'll be like, "Yeah, actually, I don't know if you're aware of this, but, like, trans people are evil, and we should hate them because they're evil." And then, like, they're trying to hide the boner, like, in their pants or whatever, or they're trying to hide the fact that they're, like, scared of, like, learning about people. They're scared of empathy. Her losing faith in MAGA mirrors in some ways how people lose any belief system. Yes, yeah, I mean, like, here's the reality. When the belief system crumbles, very few people are gonna hold on to it. People are like I really hate to say this. People are like sheep, they're like cattle, especially people that are in the MAGA movement. It's very much a cult of personality. Once the cult of personality falls apart, once there's, like, no one left to affirm and constantly pat people on the back, like, once there's no one around to, like, tell these MAGA people, like, "Oh, yes, you're so right. You're so right. Look at Daddy Trump on stage.
They loved me.
Look at Daddy Trump on stage. He's preaching the truth. He's saying everything." Like, once that stuff falls apart, most people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna go somewhere else." Because people want affirmation. People want people to support and validate their belief system. So when that ceases to exist, the fundamental drive for a lot of these people vanishes. Like honestly, it's just like it's a collection of losers patting each other on the back, and what keeps them there is the fact that they're patting each other on the back. And, like, the second that, like, one of them leaves, another one leaves, and another one leaves, and another one leaves, and another one leaves. I'll argue with, and that's the thing, is that people act like these are they act like they'll believe this shit till they die, and then like 20 years from now they'll be a completely different person. I'll argue with people for as long as they're demonstrating signs of actually listening, but no further. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Like, I'm not saying anyone has to commit, like, psychic damage to argue with someone who's, like, too far gone. Cells can be changed. We are beyond epigenetics. We are realizing the physical organization of molecular cells could let people be who they want. We deserve freedom over ourselves. The remaining Trump diehards are doubling down and getting more aggressive. They're acting like cornered wounded animals. Yeah, no, that's true. I think Leah said she is non-binary once. Yeah, so, like, I consider myself on the agender spectrum, and so, like, I like she, her on my primary pronouns, but I also accept they, them, and it's just really that, like, to me, like, gender is, like, an extremely secondary thing. Like, I really don't think about things in terms of a gendered, like, viewpoint most of the time, uh, which is a really confusing thing to explain to people, but yeah. So yeah, I do consider myself non-binary, but I don't talk about it a lot because, you know, I'm the leftiest lefty I know. I feel that. Um, uh, all Leah has done was make fun of me. She has not said anything to prove to me that there are more than two genders. There are more than two genders, and that is proof that there are more than two genders. Gender is a socially constructed category, and the fact that we have constructed more than one gender means that there is more than one gender. Like literally, all it takes to make a gender is for one person to be like, this gender exists and I am this gender, and then that gender suddenly exists. Like it's literally that simple. Like, you don't need to agree with it. It actually, like, doesn't matter at all whether you agree with it. That's not the point. It's socially constructed. It like the reality of it is the fact that it's real. So, like, the fact that a non-binary person exists means that non-binary is a gender, and means that it does exist. So there you go. I just proved you wrong. Congratulations. And all I've done is make fun of you. Yeah, that's because that's like the only way to really interact with you. Like, I just proved you wrong, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna scroll down here in like 30 seconds, and you're gonna be like, no, and you're gonna argue with me about it. Like, I guarantee you. It mainly comes down to the fact that there is a massively well-funded propaganda effort to encourage trans hate as a political wedge issue. Yeah, and that's another thing, is that a lot of anti-trans people think that it's more popular than it is. Like, a lot of anti-trans bigots think that they are, like, riding some huge wave of sentiment, but they're actually not. Like, they're really not. So that's also a thing. There's an alternative to hating when you are ignorant. The alternative is curiosity. Exactly. Yeah, if people were curious, then, right-wing Christian conservatives went decades without really caring about trans girls in sports before it became the thing. Exactly. Yeah, they never really cared about it until it became, like, the popular thing to hate. I have MAGA fatigue. Interesting. Yeah, I can understand that, and there's totally nothing wrong with, like, blocking all these people that pop in the chat. Hey Quinn, welcome. Yes, was ex MAGA, and that's how I deprogrammed myself. Had a lot of self-hate, trans myself, but also bit the bullet and was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, but what if XYZ is right and I'm being lied to?" Yeah, exactly. All it takes is like a little bit of doubt for you to start like seeing the cracks in the narrative, and then suddenly it falls apart. I mean, like, the right-wing narrative is held together with gum, sticks, and duct tape. Like, this shit is held together with spit and farts. Like, it's not a sound argument. Like, they are literally pulling shit out of their asshole and stacking it on top of each other. It is fundamentally a tower of shit. So, like, it's not hard to like, the only thing that's hard about it is admitting that you're wrong, which is the funniest thing about it, is that, like, when you're right wing, like, it really takes you like the hardest part about becoming a left winger is being like, oh, okay, the stuff that I believe right now might be wrong, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with learning and being curious and understanding that, like, maybe I don't have the right idea about things. And then suddenly the entire worldview falls apart. Like, the second that you accept that, your entire worldview just collapses in front of you if you're a right winger. Uh, you need Dr. Evil laugh on the soundboard. Thank you for that. I will add that to the list here. Well, here, let me do that right now, because I will forget. We need to record this video soon, so I'm feeling like I'm like in the flow of things, so I feel like it would be a really good idea to get going on that pretty soon. Um Pretty soon. So, yes, let me finish catching up with chat here, and then we will get started on that. There's a reason you can't clone a cow with a denucleated soybean cell. The malleable cellular context also contains biological information, and it's time for progress. How do you feel right now, vegan, with what you get from this? I'm genuinely curious. I just blocked them. Yeah, block them. Block them. There's no reason to, yummy. That was one thing I was confused about, was that they, them. I don't really understand it very much. That's okay. You don't need to understand it perfectly. There are 0 genders unless you count social constructs, which case sky is the limit. I'm trying to talk and learn, but this person just wants to make fun of me. You're not trying. You have not shown a willingness to learn so far. Gender isn't real, it's just a way we project identity. Well, yeah, it's a social construct. No, like, okay, here, let me can I just, like, do one thing really quick? And I'm not trying to call you out super hard right now. C3 Lizzie, I'm not trying to call you out really hard right now, but I just need to make a point, and you're just helping me make this point. So thank you for your comment. Gender isn't real, it's just the way we project identity. When you're talking about social constructs or anything that is like this, please do not say it's not real. Please don't say that. Because, like, an argument from reality is really, really bad. Like, something is not real if it has no reality. Like, let me give you an example of something that's not real. A square circle. That is not real. That is logically impossible. Like, you cannot have a square circle. That is a fallacy. Like, you can't have pitch black light. You know what I mean? So, like, the only things that aren't real are things that are logically impossible. Everything else is real. Like, gender is real. Like, hallucinations are real. If someone has a psychotic break, and they're hallucinating, those hallucinations are real. Like, they exist. Now they exist as something that you're experiencing empirically, like in your consciousness. It's not something that exists outside of your consciousness, except for like the electrical signals in your brain. But to say that it's not real is to deny the existence or the experience of that thing. So like when we're talking about gender, you can say like yes, this is a social construct. Like it's not necessarily based on some objectively uh like the gender stuff doesn't necessarily have to be like rooted super hardcore in like this objective physical reality. It exists as a social construct, but it is real. It is real, and that's something that I have a hard time with. I wish people didn't make arguments from reality, because like arguments from reality, they're not helpful, and it kind of just doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's just the point I wanted to make. I don't mean I don't mean anything bad about it or anything. India has a legally recognized third gender. Also, biologically speaking, most physiological traits are on a spectrum and can be changed. Yes, that is true. Biological sex is an overwhelmingly complicated tapestry with a bimodal distribution, but no reliable binary. Gender is just how we project identity into those differences. Yeah, and that's true. That's very true. What you said right there is perfectly right. Yeah, like there's intersex individuals, and yeah. So, what is the point of gender if it's just a random name? It's not a random name. It indicates something. It indicates like an identity structure. Like gender is descriptive of how someone feels within an identity structure playing a role within society. So like if you learn about it, then it's it actually tell like the point of it is to tell you how someone wants to be treated. Leah, welcome. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you for a minute. Hello, welcome. Like to be blunt, the main role of gender is simply filling the social expectations of people who grew up with concepts of gender. Well, yeah. Yeah, like gender is a social construct, and like yes, that is yes. I agree with you. The point is helping people to find themselves. I was truly lost in my identity until I realized I was trans. Vitamins also change the behavior of cells. You can't grow an eye without retinol. Leahception. If you're thinking, oh hey, you can opt out of gender entirely, find another one. um Victim narrative is silly. I think Leah's being quite patient with you. I mostly approach this issue from the POV of bioengineering, but yeah, gender is a social construct. Of course, it may extend into biology. Yeah. So, bioengineering is interesting. I think I wish more people understood genetic expression and stuff. Um, honestly, like what a lot of people don't understand is that like HRT changes you at a cellular level, to the point where like at a cellular level you become like the opposite sex, except for your anatomy. Like your anatomy doesn't fully change, but like a lot of other stuff completely does change. Like we've talked about it before on this channel. There's cell replacement rate, there's genetic expression, your sex hormones affect your genetic expression. So you change your sex hormones, it changes your genetic expression, it changes what proteins are being produced by your body, which essentially changes what cells are being produced and how they're being produced, and the differences between the cells produced between men and women. A lot like basically all of it has to do with the hormone profile. So if you change your hormone profile, all of a sudden all you have to do is wait for the cell replacement rate to go through. Once all of your cells have been replaced with ones that are created with your new hormone profile, like at a cellular level, you've essentially become like the opposite sex, except for like certain parts. Time a philosopher makes an argument from reality, it always just becomes a very bad it's a very bad ground to stand on. Like it's not sturdy for a foundation for an argument. So like when you say like, "Oh, this is real or not real," it's really easy for someone to be like, "Well, you know, like I did," essentially. But thank you for being willing to accept that from me. I appreciate you being open to that. Like that's really good of you. Thank you. Money is a social construct, but it's real. Yes. Um Scientists have like it's a very rich person thing to say like money isn't real, because like to them like the reality of money isn't like as impactful. Scientists have made female gametes from male skin cells, so it proves that there is biological potential. Transphobia harms intellectual curiosity. Lauren, how much do you know about like genetic expression and cell replacement rate and that stuff? I'm curious what your point of view on that is. Social constructs may be arbitrary, but it's not make them unreal. Exactly. Point I'm always trying to make is that when I say this person's gender isn't any more real, the reason you respect someone's gender isn't because the realness of the gender, is because the identity you identify them as. Yeah, no, it's like like society puts unnecessary stock in certain, like cis heteronormative culture convinces you that cis heteronormity is normativity is like the way to go and is the right thing and is the normal thing. And it kind of blinds you from the reality of the fact that like those are constructed socially and that like you're just basically buying a line of propaganda. I should stop talking so much. Sorry. No, you're fine. I'm trying to catch up on chat here. Basically, stop perceiving proteins as gods and more like tools. People already think like this. That's why we have medicine. Yes. People confuse the difference between physiology and identity. You're fine. Also, hello, Miss Maybe. Welcome. That's a funny username there that you got going on. That's awesome. Hey there, Matoka. Welcome. Can probably talk as much as you want. Yeah, no, like having chat interact with me is not a bad thing. I promise you that. A lot of your anatomy does change, yes. Yes, your anatomy does change. I just meant, like, sexual anatomy, right? Like, I just meant, like, the sex organs. A lot of your anatomy just yeah, some anatomy can be changed once differentiated, yes. However, in many animals, hormones are enough to fully change their traits. Yes, yeah. No, I've seen that in animal studies, yes. Like lions and stuff, like they used to call it a sex change. That's the point I heard recently that made sense to me. Folks deny identity because they can't reconcile with birth physiology. HRT. Uh, I like to imagine hormones are firmware for an operating system. Depending on the firmware, depends on what or where a program behaves within the operating system. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But more than that, like the hormones change the way, like, when you are on hormones, you are literally reprogramming your cellular network to produce cells that are more in line. Like, if you were born a cis woman or a cis man, depending on what you prefer, obviously, like, your cells would be a certain way. Like, your cells are going to end up that exact way. Like, your skin cells are going to be the same skin cells that you would have had if you were born a cis female, if you're on hormones. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, at a cellular level, like, fundamentally, you have, like, basically done a sex change, except for again, the sexual organs. Okay, I am finally caught up. Holy shit. Um, I used to know more, but I remember how some proteins work, like eye color proteins adjust pH and melanosoma, affecting melanin production rates. Oh, interesting. Hey there, Kitten Claws. Welcome. There are too many protein names to remember. Yes, yes, there are. There's a lot of there's too many names of everything to remember, honestly. And hello, please like the stream. Happy to have you all here, but let's get some more energy, more momentum behind this stream. That would be super awesome and wonderful and amazing. Another Homestuck. I don't know what that is a reference to. I'm thinking about it, and I really think the sentiment I really wanted to express is gender isn't objective. Yes, that is a perfect point. Thank you. Yes, that is a very good way to express that point. So thank you for thinking about that. Uh, Zeta, welcome. Even though I didn't understand your comment about Homestuck, experience of an anatomical vagina just needs to be built in order of that stuff to really like get rid of this weird stuff, like so they can have it. Yeah. Uh, speech to chat, speech to text. You're good. This is happening. Been a very good discussion to walk into. Welcome, Spoofer. Welcome, Spoofer. Gary, Jeff, Sarah. I don't know what that's in reference to. Also, fun fact: CRISPR is actually a pathway stolen from bacteria that they use to change their gene sequence, proving that it is the cell that controls the DNA. Yes, yes, I did. I have heard that. CRISPR is really interesting technology, actually. Like a lot of that stuff is super interesting. I'm curious to see how it shakes out in the long term. Freddy is being super cute and cuddly and amazing and wonderful, but I think he just wants me to pet him so he can go eat more food. Isn't that right, Fred? You just want to go eat more food. All right. We're gonna record this video. So I appreciate everybody's patience. We are gonna we are gonna do the video. System of a Down shirt based. Thank you, Pepper Wizard. Yeah, I went to this show in Chicago last year. System of a Down and Avenged Sevenfold played in Chicago, and uh yes, I it was one of the best shows I've ever been to. It was incredible, amazing, nostalgic, wonderful, stupendous, amazing, stupendous, wonderful. I refuse to believe that you don't know what Homestuck is. I'm aware of what Homestuck is. I just wasn't really sure what that was a reference to. Like what that was. Uh like I'm not sure what you meant by what did you say? Even another Homestuck? Is that are you saying that like they just released a new something or another? Hell yeah, System is so good live. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You can tell that they're struggling a little bit with some of their songs like Chop Suey, but it's definitely they're amazing. Pretty sure I read a webcomic that was inspired by Homestuck once. I miss the days when honesty and integrity meant something, but social media awards bad behavior now. Referring to my profile picture, June Egbert. Okay, gotcha. What happened to trans rights in the USA recently? It's uh it's bad, is what it is. That's what it is. It's bad. Um, Another commenter had the username and icon like that. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Uh, I've been putting my music on your Discord. I hope you don't mind. No, you're fine. You're fine. You know, as long as you're sharing things in the appropriate channel, that's all that matters to me. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, I think I might stand up for this video. Ugh. Also, I'm gonna take my hoodie off. I'm getting way too hot. Woo! Okay. All right. Let me adjust things here. I just feel like I feel like I do videos better when I'm standing. Like when I'm standing, I'm sort of power posing, so it just like makes me I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm preaching the truth more or something. Something like that. Um
And now for something completely different.
all right. Yes, we're going to jump to a whole different topic now. We're going to do this video. I'm going to put chat up on stream. I love how the second I started actually disproving Vegan MAGA's point of view, they like stopped chatting or left the stream altogether. Like, isn't that funny? They're like, yeah, I'm totally open to being proven wrong, and no one's even arguing with, no one's even proven me wrong so far. And then like we like, okay, here's me proving you wrong, and they're like, they just walk out the room. You know, it's like, yeah, that's how it tends to go. There's a lot I would contribute to the conversation, but typing on a phone is problematic. I much prefer a real keyboard. Yeah, you're totally fine. Maybe he's still here. Maybe. But, I mean, if so, they're being a coward. If so, if he's still here, he's being a filthy coward. Yeah, you heard me right. A filthy coward. Fred, I don't want you on my chair, buddy. I don't want you on my chair because you might get your butt on it. You might get your little butt on it. His mom called him up for dinner. Y'all remember the days when phones had keyboards? Yes, I actually miss those days. I feel like it was way easier to text when we had physical keyboards. Like I make so many typos nowadays. I never typoed in the past. I had that shit on lockdown. You know, you got your 9 keys or whatever plus 0, and you're just like, you know, filthy coward. Hey, remember when phones had cords? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, alright. Okay, here we go. Oh, actually, let me set up the, let me set up the second screen here, that way I don't have to do it. Uh, put this right there. Perfect, right? Yes. Okay, cool. Finally, we can talk about news. I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I've been getting stun locked lately. Um, does Titan 2 exist? I don't know anything about that. Deeply miss physical keyboards. I think autocomplete strongly pushes you towards saying more of the same things. Yeah, no, I get that. I use a lot of funny spellings for words, and autocorrect hates that. Holy crap, that headline. Yeah, if you haven't seen this stuff that we're gonna talk about, I want to. Not sure news is any better. Yeah, I just want to warn all of you. The stuff we're talking about is a bit dystopian. Now, wait, where did my? Hold on, I gotta blow my nose real quick. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about stuff that are. It's pretty dystopian stuff we're talking about. Um. I understand if some people may want to not listen to this stuff, but I promise you that listening to it is good for the channel. And so, like, here's what I'm thinking. If you really, really do not want to listen to some bad news right now, I recommend that you put me on your phone. Don't mute it, but like leave it on like a really low volume to the point where like you can't really hear it or whatever. And then just let it play off in the corner somewhere and then come back later or something. Like do something like that. Like put it on your laptop or your whatever computer you're not using right now and then just let it play and run. And then you don't have to be here listening to bad news if you don't want to be, but you can still support the channel. And also you can do that with videos too. Like if you all watch the stream, but you want to help the channel when I release a new video, like even if you've already seen it technically cuz you've seen the stream version of the video, you can just pull up the video, turn it really low, and then you just like let it play all the way through. Meanwhile, I mainline bad political news all day anyway, so I'm good to go. You know what? Same. Honestly, I've developed kind of an absurd desensitization to the dystopia that we are living in, but honestly, it's fine. I admit I put it on low volume sometimes. Hey, you're fine. I don't think people could like you don't need to consume all my content. I'm not one of those content creators who's going to like shame you for missing my stream or shame you for missing a video. Like if you like, I really do appreciate the support. If that means that, like, hey, I don't have time to watch your video, but I do have time to let it play in the background, then you know what? Power to you. Like, I totally understand. So, like, thank you. Thank you for not just ignoring me. Like, thank you for still doing your best to support, even if you can't always watch the content. I really appreciate that. Damn Sputnik, welcome. I have discount store pretzel bites and bush ice. I'm ready for dystopian trauma. Okay, cool. Love what you do, Leah. F the chuddies. Oh, thank you. I'm always comforted by the fact that I am more intelligent than transphobes because they cripple their brains by believing in limitations while I am intellectually free. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm trying to like Freddie really wants pets right now, so I'm trying to get him satisfied so I can. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, guys. Give me a sec. This is your first stream? Wow, welcome. You're starting HRT and going to a less toxic place? Oh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. That's awesome. Partying like it's 2006? Okay. I will be right back. I straight up just had to wipe Freddy's ass. I looked down at Freddy and his butt was disgusting. So yummy. Love that. Dumping alcohol all over my hand. I mean, I didn't get any on my hands, but I just feel dirty after, you know, like just got to rub a bunch of alcohol over. I have a cut on my hand too and it feels so good. Makes me feel alive. Oh, it feels good. I love pouring alcohol over an open cut. I love it so much. Feels so good. Feels so good. Please don't make us listen to MAGA politicians. Yeah, I don't really think there are any sound bites that we have to listen to, other than maybe some soundboard stuff that I'll play. But all right. When you raise the desk, it's harder to see Freddy. Yes, that is true. That is an unfortunate consequence of me raising the desk. Can I be your chief lurker? Sure. Yeah, for sure. Also, welcome to the stream. I don't know. Is it Sharina Chess? I'm not sure how to say it, but welcome. Yes, you can lurk. Got a fresh glass of water. You're ready? Cool. All right. Let's just do it, folks. First C is silent. Zarina Chess. Okay, cool. Thank you. Zarina. Perfect. Thank you. I will remember that. Okay, we're gonna start recording this video, so I apologize if I'm not super good about keeping up on chat. This is gonna be basically a video. There's probably gonna be a lot of ranting, so I apologize if I am not super quick to get to your chat, but feel free to put anything if you wanna, you know, say something in chat and include some information there. I would super, you know, encourage that. Okay. All right. Freddy. He's like begging for attention. Like he wants attention all like so much right now. And it's like, buddy, I love you. I love you so much. But I gotta record this video now, okay? Here, let me give him some good scritches for a second. I'm giving him the good shit. I'm giving him the good shit. He loves it when I go under his chin. It's your soapbox. True. Fred. I don't know what you want, buddy. I think his butt is. I think it's just butt is unhappy or something. So he's like grouchy. He keeps acting like he wants pets, and then he's like, "Rah!" And it's like, I don't know what you want from me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Get ready. Here it is. Here it comes. I'm gonna do the thing. Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. I have to do one more thing. Okay, cool. Cool. We have everything pulled up here. All right, Fred, I love you. I just finished petting you, and you scratched me. So I don't know what you want. I petted you, and you scratched me. Okay, so you stay down there and do your own thing, and we'll catch up with you later. Okay, we'll see what you're doing after the video, Fred. All right. Why hello there and welcome to this video. Today we are talking about the trans genocide that is occurring here in the United States of America. And I know right off the rip, the second that I say the word genocide, there are going to be people who, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. My mic is like not, why is it not staying up? Okay, let me start over. Why hello there and welcome to this video. We are recording this live from stream, and today we are going to be talking about the fact that the trans genocide is escalating here in America, and it's making life incredibly difficult for people in my community. It's really disheartening to see this news. So this is going to be a bit of a tough video for me, but I hope you stick around to support and to try to learn more about what's going on so that you can effectively resist the genocide that's going on in this country that I'm living in, unfortunately. So we're gonna move on immediately to this thing that I wanted to pull up because I know that I'm gonna get comments right off the rip of people being like, well, actually, you can't call this a genocide because you clearly don't know what a genocide means.
All I know is all my haters become my waiters when I sit down at the table of success.
So a genocide, we have the definition right here. Genocide is defined under international law, following acts committed with the intent, any of the following acts with the intent to destroy in whole or part a national, ethnic, race. So, oh my gosh, I screwed that up really bad. So we have the definition of genocide right here, defined under international law. Any of the following acts committed with the intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. Now, I think that you could basically extrapolate this to say any minority group. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a national, ethnic, racial, or any minority group at all. It's just any minority group. So, killing members of the group, that is something that happens in the United States of America. There are hate crimes. If you don't know what a hate crime is, you're extremely uneducated. Causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group. Well, I would say that, like, passing hundreds of laws that target a specific minority group in order to cause physical and mental harm, like, that is the entire point of a lot of these bills, is to literally hurt trans people and make life hard for them. I think that kind of counts there. Deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about the physical destruction in whole or in part. Things we are talking about today in this stream fit this definition right here perfectly. Imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. Now, that's like not necessarily like really applicable to this, but it is designed to prevent people from being a part of the trans community or being authentically themselves, you know, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. So this would be about like people who have children who are trans, essentially saying like, you're not allowed to let your child be trans. You have to like force, like, do conversion therapy or something. So, you know, it does fit like what we are experiencing, what the trans community is experiencing is a part of the definition of genocide. It is not just about mass killing, which, you know, there are trans people who are being attacked and murdered in America because of this. But like, there's, you know, this is a real thing. So like, I know that there's going to be people in my comments like, oh, you can't actually call this a genocide. Blah, blah. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Here's the definition right here. I just Googled it for you. So, yeah, we're going to move on to this article. So this is the first article that we're talking about. We're talking about a number of articles. They're all from Aaron in the Morning. So please, please, please go support Aaron. He provides a lot of extremely valuable news. If you want to be informed about this stuff, I really recommend that you give her a follow. I cover like news stories, right? Like, I talk about some of this stuff, but I do not talk about literally every single thing that's happening. And I really want you all to stay informed. So please, 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 please support her. She does amazing work. I mean, honestly, if you want to be informed, this is the best way to do it. So here's the first article. Kansas sends letters to trans people demanding the immediate surrender of driver licenses. Now, I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to read exactly, but we're just going to start reading here until we get the gist of what's going on. Today, transgender people across Kansas are reported receiving letters from the Kansas Division of Vehicles stating that they must surrender their driver's licenses and that their current credentials will be considered invalid upon the law's publication in Kansas Register on Thursday. Should any transgender person be caught driving without a valid license, they could face a Class B misdemeanor, carrying up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Kansas already requires county jails to house inmates according to sex assigned at birth, which essentially means that if someone goes to jail over this, they're going to be sexually assaulted and potentially murdered in jail, which is not good. The letter obtained by Aaron in the morning marks one of the most significant erosions of The letter obtained by Aaron in the morning marks one of the most significant erosions of transgender civil rights in the United States to date. The letter, which has been reported to Aaron in the morning by a Kansas-based activist, states that under House substitute for Senate Bill 244, Kansas-issued driver's licenses and identification cards must now reflect the credentials holder's sex at birth. It warns that upon the law's publication in the Kansas Register on Thursday, February 26, current credentials for affected individuals would no longer be valid. The legislature, the note notes, did not include a grace period for updating credentials, and anyone operating a vehicle without a valid credential may be subject to additional penalties. Those whose gender marker does not match their sex assigned at birth are directed to surrender their current credentials to the Division of Vehicles for reissuance. You can see the full letter here. So I'm not going to read the full letter. It basically just says what Aaron said right there. I do want to mention the fact that there was no grace period. That means that the second that this law went into effect, the second that people received these letters, their licenses were invalid. So that means that, like, they didn't get a letter saying, like, hey, you need to go to the DMV or whatever they call it in Kansas. You need to go to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles to get your license reissued because it's going to be invalid in a month or 2 or 3. They didn't give them any grace period. They literally just said, oh, by the way, your license is no longer valid. Like, how is someone supposed to get to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles to update their stuff if their license is already invalid? Like, you're not even giving people a chance. It's like you want people to be arrested. It's like saying, like, oh, your license is expired, so you need to drive to the BMV to get a new license, but you can't drive to the BMV because you don't have a license. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the entire point of this law is to cause harm. Like, I want you to think about that. Like, the entire point of this is not to do some administrative thing. It's not for bookkeeping. It's not for anything. It's not for the ease of anything. Literally, the letter of, like the wording of this law, the way that it is implemented, is designed to cause harm and to potentially jail or make life impossible for people who are trans living in Kansas. But it's worse than that, and we're going to talk about why. So we're going to continue on here. SB 244, also known as the Bathroom Bounty Bill, contained heavy identification document bans as well. The bill was rushed through the Kansas legislature in January using a gut-and-go procedure that bypassed nearly all public input on its key provisions. Governor Laura Kelly vetoed the bill on February 13th, calling it poorly drafted, but the legislature overrode her veto days later. In addition to the driver's license provisions, the law bans trans people from using the bathrooms matching their gender identity in public buildings and creates a bathroom bounty hunter system, allowing citizens to sue trans people they encounter in restrooms for at least $1,000 in damages, including potentially in private restrooms. Private restrooms. The bill takes effect immediately upon publication in the Kansas Register, rather than the standard July 1st effective date, giving transgender Kansans just days between the override and the invalidation of their identity documents. So, like, think about this. They are literally incentivizing people to be bounty hunters. Bounty hunters. Like, if you think this isn't a genocide and you see the fact that they are paying people to report trans people to the government so that they can fine or jail these people, like, are you serious? Are you serious? It's dystopian, it's disgusting, and here we go. The consequences for noncompliance could escalate quickly. Under Kansas law, driving without a valid license is a Class B misdemeanor punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. So, though first-time offenders are more likely to face a citation and a fine. A conviction, however, triggers an automatic 90-day license suspension. If a person drives during that suspension, they face a charge of driving on a suspended license, which carries a mandatory minimum of 5 days in jail. Kansas already requires county jails to house inmates by sex assigned at birth. The Kansas letters arrive amid an accelerating nationwide campaign to strip trans people of accurate identification documents. So, this goes on to talk about other dystopian things that have been done, like the fact that, like the Trump administration has barred trans Americans from obtaining passports that reflect their gender identity. The Supreme Court policy thing. Social Security Administration has similarly stopped permitting gender marker updates. At a state level, Florida, Texas, Indiana, and other states have moved to block gender marker changes on licenses or birth certificates. But Kansas seems to be the first state to go further than simply blocking future changes. It is actively invalidating previously issued documents and demanding their surrender. So that means that, like, you could drive to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, get pulled over, and get arrested for 6 months for no fault of your own. Like, there's literally a situation where there is absolutely nothing that you could have done to avoid getting arrested for this. And then I want to mention something that I feel like is not being really talked about very much when it comes to like this stuff with identification. This is like scarlet letter A shit. Like, they are doing the thing that they did during the Holocaust where they like marked Jews and gay people and stuff. Like, they made them wear identification. Like, yeah, okay, we're not having to wear it on our sleeves yet, but they are having us forcibly identify ourselves with our IDs. Like, let me be clear. What is the importance of having a gender marker on a license in the first place? If we remove gender markers from everybody's license and everybody's identification for all of America, like outside of like a medical system, which already has that information about you, by the way, what is the use of having a gender marker on a license? It literally doesn't do anything to actually help the state identify anything about you. Like, it doesn't actually provide them with any useful information. The point of it right now is to be used as a way to forcibly out trans people. So, like, if they make it so that you're not allowed to have a license that has your correct gender marker on it, essentially they are forcing you to have a license that outs you as a trans person. So you get pulled over by a cop and you hand them the license and they look at it and they know you're trans. Or you go to the airport and you try to fly and TSA looks at your thing and knows you're trans. It gets even worse than that, because there was recently something that the State Department instituted that essentially says that ICE is allowed to check trans people for discrepancies in their licenses. So like ICE is allowed to start essentially profiling people over whether they think they're trans or not. So like you have to carry your documents in order to be a trans person in America, and if you have the incorrect documents, like, you're going to be like thrown in the slammer and treated like some kind of criminal, like some kind of criminal. How are they allowed to do that? Because we live in a shithole country. If they have more than 2/3 of the legislature, like a supermajority, they can override a veto, which is how a lot of this stuff happens. Like, surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, a lot of these really anti-trans bills are put forward by sycophantic losers who are like obsessed with trans people's genitals, and like they think about trans people all day and all night. I guarantee if you look at their search history, like, they are whacking it to some stuff that they would be embarrassed to admit, right? But like, these are the kind of people that put these bills forward, and then half the time they get vetoed by the governor, but then the legislature is a supermajority in these red states, so they just push it through. They don't care if it gets vetoed. And then I wanted to be clear. I saw online someone reported, like a citizen reported, that they are intersex. I actually don't know how they identify. They like, an intersex person received this letter. So like, this is not just affecting trans people. If you think like, oh, I don't care about trans people, like, this is going to affect intersex people. There are intersex people who are now essentially considered legally male. Like, the individual who received this letter has androgen insensitivity, which essentially means that this person has a vagina, has like female anatomy, except for like it doesn't have an ovary, doesn't have obviously doesn't have an ovary because androgen insensitivity, but like because this person is intersex, now they have to have an M on their license, and they're not even trans. Like, they're not even trans. So this is not just hurting trans people, this is hurting everyone as a whole, because as I have said before, there is absolutely no way to target trans people in a way that only targets trans people. Like, if you create a law that targets trans people, it will also target a certain population of intersex or cis people as well. Like, these laws harm women in general, or people in general. They do more than just harm trans people. They harm a lot of people. So we're going to move on to this next article. I'm just going to try to jump through this stuff as quickly as I possibly can. But I'm going to read a little bit of chat here. What an absolute armpit of a regressive shithole. Leave for a less hostile place sooner rather than later. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this, Sputnik, but over 400,000 people have fled red states to go to blue states. And there's a reason for that. Like, these laws are getting so dystopian. Like, literally the goal in red states is to make it so that trans people can't exist. I went and did lobbying with Trans Unity Coalition at the state capitol where I live, and I literally said to lawmakers, the laws that you are passing essentially make it so that trans people cannot exist in the state safely. You are telling trans people they're not allowed to be here. I don't care if you were born and raised in Ohio, you are not welcome here. You are not welcome here. And people are getting that message. Like, people are hearing that and they're saying, okay, I guess I'll move. I guess I'll go somewhere where I'm not hated. Somewhere where they're not going to pass a law that makes it so that I can't drive my fucking car without going to jail for 6 months. There's no way for an intersex person to make this ID problem smooth over for them. Exactly. It's just a huge problem. Remember, people, this is all a distraction from the pederast politicians. Well, it's a distraction, but there are genuinely like 2 or 3 extremely bigoted people in every state legislature that are trying to put forward these anti-trans bills. Like, there are hundreds of anti-trans bills that are passed or put forward. I don't want to say passed. Well, actually, yes, passed. But every single year, hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of anti-trans bills are put forward in state houses, and they are put forward by people who are these disgusting freaks that are obsessed with trans people and have nothing better to do because they don't actually care about doing anything positive for the American population. So they focus on this bullshit. And then because they have a supermajority, like, the Republicans will all just line up behind these people and vote for it because they're Republicans. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. They're using us as political footballs. So here's another article. Fourth Circuit rules that state can compel trans adults to appreciate their sex via care bans. They ruled that states encouraging citizens to appreciate their sex through care bans is a constitutional goal, affirming West Virginia's Medicaid ban for trans adults. This one makes me even more mad than what we just talked about. So I apologize if I start getting really heated, but like, this right here, I have a lot to say about this, but let me read the details of this first so that you get an idea of what we're talking about here. On Tuesday, an all-Republican and mostly Trump-appointed panel of the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that states can exclude gender-affirming surgery from Medicaid coverage, allowing West Virginia's exclusion to return to full effect. In doing so, the panel extended the Supreme Court's decision in Scrimeti, which held that transgender youth care bans were constitutional, to transgender adults, the first federal appeals court in the country to do so, and directly states that adult care bans are legal. Perhaps even more troubling, the judges declared that transgender adult care was dangerous, and it is rational for a state to restrict access to such care in order to encourage citizens to appreciate their sex. The ruling effectively reversed a previous en banc decision, I don't know if I said that right, by the same court and by the same circuit, and established a precedent for a wave of new laws targeting transgender adults. Just after the Heritage Foundation president Kevin Roberts declared on a podcast that the solution to transgender adult care was to outlaw it. It is not irrational for a legislature to forego Medicaid coverage of arguably ineffective and dangerous procedures and allocate its limited resources to covering other treatments. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that quote. It's just disgusting. The language is disgusting. 1980s style bigotry in 2026. You are like not even more like before 1980. This is like 1930 shit. Like this is like 1920 shit. This is some 1940 shit. Like this is like so disgusting. The court also took significant steps toward ruling that laws. Sorry. The court also took a significant step towards ruling that laws targeting transgender adult care would be constitutional. In a footnote, the court states, while Scrimeti involves sex change treatments for minors, disagreement among experts about the efficacy and necessity of transgender surgeries extends to treatment of gender dysphoria in adults. Oh my god, that is so insane. Like, these fucking judges are so unbelievably stupid. Like if they look, oh my god, if they did 5 seconds of research and looked at what the World Health Organization believes, what WPATH believes, if they looked at any reputable medical organization, they would see that this is not this is not up in the air. There is not disagreement among experts. This is like we have so much data and information about this shit, and all of the experts agree. The only people who disagree are the bigots who hate trans people. Like this is, I want to get so much more harsh than I am. Like the language that I want to use is like not acceptable for YouTube. I'm sorry. Like I am having trouble using harsh enough language to describe how absolutely fucking ridiculous this is. In issuing its ruling, the court cites Scrimeti over 70 times. Scrimeti held that gender-affirming care bans for minors were not discriminatory because they hinged on a diagnosis of gender dysphoria and age, not on transgender status or sex. This reasoning was fiercely contested by the 3 dissenting justices and by multiple lower courts, which found that discriminating against a condition experienced exclusively by transgender people is inseparable from discriminating against transgender people themselves. But this ruling goes further than Scrimeti ever did. Scrimeti was explicitly about minors. The Fourth Circuit applies the same framework to adult care. The opinion even states outright, if a state can reasonably ban it, of course a state can reasonably refuse to pay for it. A sentence that reads like a Medicaid ruling and reads less like a Medicaid ruling and more like a roadmap for legislatures oh my gosh. The Fourth Circuit applies the same framework to adult care. The opinion even states outright, if a state can reasonably ban it, of course a state can reasonably refuse to pay for it. A sentence that reads less like a Medicaid ruling and more like a roadmap for legislatures to consider outright adult care bans. The court's reasoning relies on a symmetry that collapses under scrutiny. Gender-affirming care for gender dysphoria is banned equally for transgender and cisgender people, the court reasons, so no one is being singled out. But cisgender people do not seek gender-affirming care for gender dysphoria. Actually, that's not true. They do. Like, if you want to ban gender-affirming care, then okay, breast implants, sorry, you're not allowed to have them. Oh, you wanna get a certain surgery on your chest because you have gynecomastia? I'm sorry, cis men. You're not allowed to get that anymore. It's illegal. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to get a vasectomy? You're not allowed to get that anymore. You want to get a hysterectomy? Sorry. You're not allowed to get that. You want to get a mastectomy? Sorry. You're not allowed to get anything like that anymore. It's gender affirming. I'm sorry. You're not allowed to get anything that has anything to do with gender. We're just gonna get really weird about surgeries, and we're gonna outlaw decisions that you make with your doctor. So like, you're not allowed to have autonomy or freedom in America. Are you fucking stupid? Do you think you deserve to make decisions in a free fucking country? What are you? Like some kind of like imbecile? No, you're not allowed to get hair plugs. You're not allowed to get a hair transplant. You're not allowed to get laser hair removal. You're not allowed to get waxing. You're not allowed to go to a sauna. You're not allowed to go to a spa. You're not allowed to go to a gym. You're not allowed to drink protein powder. You're not allowed to take testosterone replacement therapy. You're not allowed to take steroids. You're not allowed to do any of that shit. You're not allowed to wear clothing you like. You're not allowed to do any of this shit. I'm sorry. I'm just like, the equality is entirely theoretical. Justice Sotomayor flagged this exact problem in her Scrimeti dissent, drawing a parallel to Loving versus Virginia, the landmark case striking down interracial marriage bans. Virginia had argued its miscegenation. I actually don't know how to say that. Virginia had argued its anti-miscegenation law was not radically discriminatory because it banned interracial marriage equally for Black and white citizens alike. Oh my god, that is one of the most idiotic things I've ever heard in my fucking life. The Supreme Court rejected that reasoning in 1967, yet the Fourth Circuit now embraces its mirror image. A ban that targets a medical need unique to transgender people is not discriminatory because it technically applies to everyone. It is equivalent of taxing it is the equivalent of taxing yarmulks and claiming the tax is not anti-Semitic because anyone, Jewish or not, who wears a yarmulke must pay. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but I get the point. What's worse, the precedent in this decision can be weaponized far beyond Medicaid. It's not unconstitutional to encourage citizens to appreciate their sex. The implications extend to virtually every area of transgender life. Are gender marker bans on IDs legal because carrying correct documents could discourage transgender people from appreciating their sex? Are drag bans and bans on cross-gender clothing legal because the state has an interest in encouraging the appreciation of sex? Could a state compel transgender people into conversion therapy, reasoning that it is not discriminatory because it targets a medical diagnosis rather than transgender status, and that the goal is simply to encourage them to appreciate their sex? The implications are terrifying for transgender people, and the court's language provides no limiting principle to prevent any of these outcomes. Okay. I just want to say really quickly in reference to this decision in the Fourth Circuit Court, like this is why we can't have Gavin Newsom. Like, I'm sorry, if Gavin Newsom runs on any anti-trans positions in 2028, like if any Democrat runs on any anti-trans in midterms, in any recent election, if any Democrat runs on any, like, I don't care if it's sports, I don't care if it's bathrooms, I don't care if it's minors. I don't care what it is. If they run on a single anti-trans thing, we need to get them the fuck out of here. We need to get them out now. Because, like, let me put it like this. We are very quickly reaching a point where we literally need federal protections for trans people, like, enshrined in the Constitution, or else we are fucked. And, like, I'm trying to be hopeful, like, right? Like, I don't try to spoon feed you a bunch of, like, fear or like hopelessness or anything like that. Like, I try to be extremely realistic, but I also try to be realistic in the sense that, like, I'm not going to doomer pill you just to, like, get views or, like, to make you think that the world is ending or anything so that you watch me. But, like, this shit is genuinely getting so bad that, like, if we do not get federal protections passed into law or passed into the Constitution, like, I don't know what we're going to do. I genuinely do not know how we're going to get out of this without that. Because if they continue doing what they're doing, which they call, by the way, they've admitted this out loud, they call this radicalized incrementalism. So they have realized, okay, they cannot ban trans people from existing outright right now. But what they can do is ban trans people in sports. They can ban trans care for minors. They can ban trans people in bathrooms. They can do that, and they can keep targeting these things over and over. They can put forward 800 anti-trans bills a year, and if they get 150 through, that's 150 anti-trans bills that they didn't have before. So they are slowly just chipping away at our rights over and over and over. This is congruent with the definition of genocide, by the way. So, like, if we want to do something about what is going on and prevent trans people from being removed from public life, then we have to do something, like, literally at a federal level, dramatic, like we need to do something dramatic that is actually going to prevent this stuff from mattering in the future. Like if they pass 1,000 anti-trans bills and then we pass some federal protections and a constitutional amendment or some shit that basically says like, hey, you're not allowed to pass laws that discriminate against people based on like fucking anything. It doesn't matter if they're trans. It doesn't matter if it's a race or nationality or sex or gender or whatever. Like you are not allowed to discriminate against any minority position, minority population with a bill. Like if you craft a bill that specifically targets a minority population, and the goal is to make life worse for them, like it's dead in the water, you know? Like we really need something like that. Like, and so if a Democrat runs and they're like, well, I have concerns over the trans people as well, and if Gavin Newsom runs in 2028 and he runs on, well, I have some questions about trans people. I'm not so sure that we should be so kind to these trans people. If he wins on that position, then it's going to cement this anti-trans bigotry in the Democratic Party. We will lose the sort of like lukewarm support that we have from some Democrats, not all of them, some Democrats, and the entire party will turn against us and throw us under a bus as a sacrificial lamb in order to like make bedfellows with a bunch of fucking pedophiles who are running the government right now. Like I'm being so serious that a lot of Democrats would rather shake hands with these fucking pedophiles than to do anything or stand up to these people. I mean, let's be clear. They've known about the Epstein files for a long time. These people knew what was going on. Like, don't kid yourself. It's a big club. These people are not stupid. They are informed. They know what everyone's up to. They don't care. They don't care that these people were raping children. They don't care that there was an international sex trafficking ring. Like, they don't care about any of that shit. They just care about their money. They care about getting the freaking media away from them when they don't want them there. And they care about getting their sound bites when they do want to be in the media. Like, these people are obsessed with the most inhuman. Sorry, I'm just crashing out now. I'm actively crashing out in this video. The point that I'm trying to make is that like federal protections have gone from like, okay, like this is probably something that we should work towards in the long run, to being something that is literally necessary. Like if Democrats do not run on federal protections for trans people, I'm sorry, like they're not getting my fucking support. Like you need to promise me that you're going to do something, because the Republicans are doing something. The Republicans every single year are going to continue to make life worse for transgender Americans. It doesn't matter if Gavin Newsom wins or not. Like, how many anti-trans bills were introduced under Joe Biden every single year? 700, 800. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this shit did not stop under Biden. This shit continued happening under Biden, and he did literally nothing to stop it. So this neoliberalism bullshit, it's dead in the water for us. It is not a raft that we can hold on to, and like they're not tossing us life preservers. They're not trying to save us. They don't give a single solitary fuck about us. And we need to make it very clear that if that's their position, then I don't give a single solitary fuck about the Democratic Party. Like, I just don't care about these losers if they're not going to care about us. Okay, I'm going to read a couple chatters here, and I'm gonna scroll up and read some chats, and then I will keep talking here. Gavin Newsom is already de facto running on anti-trans positions unless he does a hell of a lot of work walking some shit back. Exactly. Like, he's already cemented that that's where he's gonna run. That's how he's gonna run. So like I don't think he's gonna change either. I mean, he's a slimy, like, Gavin Newsom has no actual principled positions. So if he realizes, like, if MAGA dies and anti-trans sentiment dies with it, there's a chance that Gavin Newsom will abandon that and get back on the pro-trans train. But I think the fact that he has done what he has done has made it so that we should never trust this slimy piece of shit ever. Like, I don't give a fuck what he says. He has already made it very clear that he's willing to throw us under the bus just for political expediency. So, fuck Gavin Newsom. I like how he is a Teal and Palantir ally. Oh, not you like it, but like he is a Teal. He is a Teal and Palantir ally. Yes, that is true. I'm going TF to Canada personally. I don't blame you. They did pass a law in 1996 called HIPAA, HIPAA, to keep government out of our doctor's offices. Yeah, it's almost like they already covered this and essentially made it so that this isn't something that should be possible, but they're still trying it anyway. Miscegenation. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say that. I appreciate you. I'll look up the pronunciation after stream. I've been crashing out all day since I saw the ICE. I've been crashing out all day since I saw that ICE can fuck with trans people news. Oh, let me reread that. I'm sorry. I've been crashing out all day since I saw the ICE can fuck with trans people news. Then I get on here and the headline is trans genocide. Doesn't feel good. Well, I actually already did talk about that. Thank you for reiterating it, because I do want to reiterate that the State Department put out guidelines that say that ICE is allowed to target trans people. So like, I was very like, look, I told you all that I would be very clear and very honest about when we need to be concerned about like being rounded up into camps, and when we need to be concerned about like this kind of shit. And I like, unfortunately, we're getting there. Like this is where I'm like, I'm about to start like literally raising the actual alarm. Like I'm my finger is over the red button and I am getting ready to press that shit, because this is getting like, this is so bad. Insulin and birth control are HRT. Gavin Newsom only wants to ban trans HRT. That's a really good point. Acceptance of pedophilia cannot be a basis for a free country. It's purely a civil rights issue. Equal protections. Exactly. And for all those people in my comment section that are always like, oh, yeah, what rights do trans people not have that cis people have? Yeah, what rights do you not? Tell me a single thing that you don't have that cis people have. Like, hello? Are you paying attention? Oh my goodness. Well, clearly they're not paying attention, because yeah. Throwback, when a leftist shamed me for criticizing the US government, they're real silent now after openly showing their glaze for the do-nothing government. Yeah, exactly. The Lemkin Institute for Genocide Prevention just issued a new red flag alert for the anti-trans genocide in the USA. Yeah, and you know what? Like, I'm right there along with them. Like, this is like, legitimately, we are getting to the point where this is like, y'all, this is like they really do, like, when Matt Walsh said, let's eradicate trans people from existence, that is what they want to do. I hate this time in our life. I'm a peer support for hundreds of peers in mental health, and I have been so busy providing support. Most of my peers are trans or non-binary. Health, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for what you do. You are doing incredible work. Like, genuinely, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know that probably you're exhausted and you're just trying to hang in there, but like, what you are doing is holding up a safety net when there's nothing else, right? So thank you. Like, genuinely thank you. And everybody else here, I'm sure, thanks you as well. They are afraid of trans movement because the movement is rooted in body autonomy. They are holding on control. They are running a misinformation 24/7. I'm going to read that again because I can't stop burping. They are afraid of the trans movement because the movement is rooted in bodily autonomy. They are holding on to control. They are running misinformation 24/7. Corporate America is about control. Exactly. They want to be able to control the population, and fear is a really good way to control people. So they're just targeting a small population of individuals and creating fear about us because it's easy to target like such a small population of people. We're doing the best we can right now in the trans community. We support each other because no one else gives a shit about us. Yeah, I feel that. No offense, but Gavin Newsom is kind of dumb. Like Carney is smart, but he also understands and supports trans rights. Like Carney's like a neolib, but he's like less greasy than Newsom. So I get you. In particular, trans people threaten imposed gender roles. That's very true. That is part of the reason why they attack us because we take the cis heteronormative narrative that a lot of people kind of tie in to like the American propaganda machine, and they like it's all a part of the same narrative, right? So if you start chipping away at part of that narrative, it creates cracks in fissures, and then it becomes easier for people to see that like, oh, we're just buying a line of propaganda instead of like actually seeing the truth. At a certain point, you begin to wonder if other countries will even take us as refugees. They will. They will. So the thing I would say is if I ever have to hit the red button, if I have to hit the big red button and we have to get the fuck out of Dodge, there are countries that will take trans people. Like there are certainly people, especially with how bad things are getting. I would be surprised if in the next few months, if we don't see some people or see some countries saying things like, "Hey, we're gonna start like crafting a refugee program for trans people." So I do think that is a thing that will happen. So I just wanted to say, please like the stream. That would help me out a bunch. I really appreciate everyone who has liked the stream. Verokuin, thank you so much for the follow 33 minutes ago. I'm sorry I didn't see it. Um, um, hey there, Ashlyn. Welcome. I'm in Ohio. Okay. I don't know if I want to end the video here or if I want to yeah, here, let's do this real quick. Okay, so I was going to talk about these other things and I still want to touch on them really quickly, but I just don't want to make this video extremely long. So this stuff happened with Rogan. And essentially he reiterated a bunch of anti like anti-trans uh hatred and bigotry and lies. And so essentially what he said was this. I genuinely think that there are people that feel like they're in the wrong biological sex, right? Rogan said. Then he continued, but there's also people who are that are fucking perverts and they have a thing called autogynephilia, and what that is they get turned on by pretending to be a woman. They get excited by it and they want to be around women. They're creeps, and so you give them a fucking Willy Wonka golden ticket to go into the women's locker room and bathroom and stare at women and pretend you're a woman. And like that's so ridiculous. And I wanted to say also, Stevo over here, Mr. fucking Stevo said, okay, that's too real, man. That's too real. And then he said that the trans issues are complex and nuanced. I want to be very clear. If someone says some ridiculous anti-trans shit like this autogynephilia line, and you're like, yeah, man, there's a lot of nuance to this conversation, man. You're doing exactly what Gavin Newsom was doing, and genuinely, go fuck yourself. Go take a stick and shove it right up your ass and just keep going until you bleed out. Because, like, I am sick of this fucking shit. There is no both sides between trans people are allowed to exist or they're a bunch of like creepy perverts or whatever. Like that, like you were literally arguing like the both sides of this is like people that simply want to live their lives or people that want to eradicate an entire minority population from the face of the earth. I mean, we really just got to find the compromise between these two positions. No, we don't. One position is correct and the other one is wrong. So these people are fucking cowards, like completely unable to just say like, yo, dude, what you just said is a crock of shit. And actually like, let's go and use your, I don't know, you have this guy that you pay money to like fact check you or something. Like, I don't know, maybe he should fact check you for once or some shit, you know? And, it's just disgusting. And then they go on to, there's like more lies that they go on to spit out here. There was like some lie where like essentially they have to keep litter boxes in a lot of classrooms in case there's a school shooter because like the kids might not be able to get to the bathroom in time. And so like if a kid has to shit during a school shooting, they have to shit in a litter box. And Joe Rogan constantly tries to tell people like, oh no, they think they're cats, they're furries, and that's why they have litter boxes in schools. No, like, that's just stupid. Like, you're literally just wrong and stupid. This guy has, like, a huge audience of people, and he's just, like, he just has no fucking clue what he's talking about. He has no fucking clue. This guy's a fucking loser. Honestly, I know I'm swearing up a storm on this video, and honestly, I don't know what the hell that's gonna do for it. Uh, like, let me be perfectly clear. The president had like literally is a pedophile. He had sex with children. He abused children. Okay? And you want to call trans people perverts? My guy, you need to take a fucking look at the guy that you interviewed to be president of the United States. The guy that came onto your show and you're giving him a handy. You're giving him like the sloppiest toppy that he has ever gotten in his whole fucking life. You need to analyze that. You need to think about that shit because like clearly you just have no fucking clue what you're advocating for. You have no fucking clue what your positions actually mean or all right. And then I just want to touch on this lastly before I start talking again. Missouri advances 3 anti-trans bathroom ban bills in one night. This is basically, they're trying to do what happened in Kansas in Missouri. So, like, the stuff that they passed in Kansas, they're trying to get that shit through in Missouri. All of these deep red states are about to become hell on earth for trans people. And unfortunately, I don't think that there's really any avenue right now for us to prevent that from happening. Like genuinely, I'm not hitting the big red button, but I'm at the point where, like, if you live in a red state, I used to say, like, well, there are reasons to leave, but there's also reasons to stay. No, honestly, if you live in a red state and you are able to move, you need to fucking move. If you're in a red state and you're not able to move, you need to organize. Those are your two options right now. You either need to get the fuck out of the state that you're in because it's about to become hell on earth, or you need to organize right now. You need to make plenty of trans friends. You need to be there for each other. You need to group up. You need to have a support group. You need to be able to support each other through this because this shit is about to get really, really, really bad. Okay? Okay. So again, I just wanted to read through the genocide definition here. Just going to go through and read this real quick. The intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. Now, again, that can be any minority group, killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group or forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. Well, guess what? Within this video alone, we have seen causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, deliberately inflicting upon the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, imposing measures intended to prevent births or essentially not we talked about this before, but it's not necessarily births, but preventing people from being like identifying as being a part of this group. And then forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. Well, we have seen minor care bans, and parental rights are under an unprecedented attack right now. Like, that's the thing about a lot of these people, is they say that they care about parental rights, and then all of a sudden, like, all of their principles fly out the fucking window the second that they can leverage something to attack a minority population. These people are sick. They are sick in the fucking head, and they need to, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm just like, transgender isn't exactly a group that you can literally transfer children out of, but they essentially want to achieve that through censorship, isolating children from information about transition. Exactly. They want to prevent kids from realizing that they're trans and becoming trans, but they also want to prevent parents from having any avenues of action to help their children through like realizing who they are. Like, they have no avenues of direct action. So that's part of that, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. You're essentially, it's kind of like conversion therapy, right? All right. Okay. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I apologize for it being so dark, and for me being so angry, and for things being so as they are. But I'm just like, I told you all, I'm not here to give you hopium. I'm not here to feed you a bunch of comforting lies. I'm here to tell you the truth. Sometimes, and I'm not here to doom pill you either. Like, I'm not here to like feed you fear and anxiety, but I'm here to tell you the truth. And this is the truth, that right now, you need to be furious. You need to be absolutely furious. And you need to, every single Democratic politician, we need an unequivocal, hey, I support trans rights, and not just in a vague way. Like, I want a constitutional amendment or a federal law passed. Like, essentially, we need a new Bill of Rights. Like, we need something that will pass protections into federal law or into the Constitution, so that shit like this is not possible. Because if we live in a country where they're allowed to pass 200 bills a year targeting the rights of a minority population, we live in a shit hole country that does not deserve to be called like one of the greatest countries on earth. So, calling it therapy just lets people pretend it's a legitimate form of care. Yeah, conversion therapy is not therapy. It is torture. It should be called conversion torture, because that is what it is. It is a form of torture. They have proven that it does not work. It is ineffective, and all it does is cause harm to the individual, cause trauma to the individual, which is torture. All right. So, like I have said before, we need to organize. And now, when I say that, I know I say that all the time. I know I'm constantly saving. I know I constantly say, hey, we need to organize. We need to organize. We need to organize. But I literally, like, we need to organize. If you are not doing something right now to try to fight back, like, and you're watching this video, please do something. Please do something. Like, I beg of you. Like, if you don't know what to do, you can join my Discord and ask some people. We can give you some ideas. Look for an Indivisible chapter. Look for a trans support group. Look for any community organization structure that'll allow you to be a part of things, to be better, to organize, to try to protest, to lobby, to get involved, because the only way we are getting out of this shitstorm is by making it very clear that people power is real, and that if we organize, there's nothing they can do to stop us. And like, that is part of the point here. They want us to feel disaffected. They want us to feel like it's hopeless. They want us to see these laws passing and think like, oh, it's Jover. We're fucked. We're going to the camps. And like, genuinely, we are on that trajectory right now. We are on that trajectory. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think it's happening right now. I don't think it's going to happen in the next month or two. But like, by God, they are certainly trying to get to the point where they are building an infrastructure for them to be able to stop trans people on the streets with ICE and throw us into fucking vans and take us to the camps and let us die there. So if you want to do something about what's going on, I think you need to try to get involved and make a difference in your local community, in a local campaign, in any campaign, support group, like literally anything you can do. Anything you can do. I mean, like, literally, if you're a cis person, it could be offering support, right? Or like anything, honestly, anything. And then, now that we are now that we are starting to wrap up this topic here, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support. I could not be doing this without all of you, but I want you all to know that I am struggling. I am not making enough money, and I'm slowly losing money. And at some point, it's going to get very uncomfortable for me to live my life. I have cut back my spending and my expenditures and my monthly bills to the point where I'm at bare bones. Like I had to forego health insurance this year because I can't afford it. I hate asking for help. I struggle with it a lot, but like I need to grow my Patreon and to grow my channel and to grow things with my platform and my community here so that I can make ends meet for myself, so that I can continue doing this stuff, so that I can be a use to the community and keep going here. Like I don't want to stop doing this. I love doing this for work. It's very gratifying. I find a lot of uh I find a lot of, I don't want to say joy, that's like the wrong word, but it's very satisfying for me to do this. It helps me feel like I'm making a difference and standing up and informing people and motivating people to do something about this. But if you want to support me, you can support me on YouTube or Twitch. They take a big cut of what you give me though. So like the best way to support me is Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, that would be super helpful. I really, really appreciate that. Um, so thank you. Thank you for anyone who does support me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. I'm going to have them popping up on screen right now. Thank you so much. You are all so wonderful. Like I say all the time, I could not be doing this without you. And now I want to go ahead and shout out my super supporters. So give me 1 second to get that pulled up here. All right, so super supporters. These are my top tier supporters. They do the most for my channel. I could not be here without them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sleepy Kayla, Art, Katie Starr, William the Conqueror, Jean Foray, Gwen Vaughn, Andrea Uhara, Kira, Sophie's Left Florida, Ultraviolet Vadu, Chastity, Kate, Fiona Dobson, Calfiori, Trisha Pizafred, Katie Bug, Sarah J. Buck, Nikki Notzel, and Sam Howard. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. Um, Again, I know that this was a bit of a downer, but please try to share this video. Please try to get the word out. Please try to help spread the message. This is incredibly important. We need to talk about this stuff. We need to spread the word. I'm really hoping that this video does well in the algorithm so that we can make a splash, that we can make people aware, so that we can get people informed and on our side. I hope that other leftists watch this, and I hope that people do what they can to make a better future a reality for our community. I don't think that the dark ages are not forever. This is not forever, but this is right now. And right now is very important. Like this matters. So we need to do what we can to try to make things better for everybody. Anyway, the stream is going to keep going. You know, super thank you to everyone who's been chatting, and I'm sure like a lot of really, really great chats have come through that I didn't even get a chance to read. So like I really appreciate everyone for being so engaged. I love my community here. I'm eternally grateful for everybody and for everything that everyone does for me. And thank you all. I will be back with another video in the future very soon, I'm sure. And until then, stay safe out there. Do what you can to take care of yourself. Keep your loved ones close. Do what you can to try to bring about a brighter future. And remember to drink some water. Okay, that's the end of the video. Sabrina, thank you so much for the $50. Oh my gosh. You are you are so lovely. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Genuinely, it almost brought a tear to my eye. Seriously, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I don't want people supporting unless they're able to financially support me. Like if you're able to give something, do it. That makes me feel weird to say, but like if you're able to support me and you want to, I appreciate it and thank you so very much. But like I don't want anyone to feel like they have to out of guilt or anything. Like that's why I have a hard time asking for help. I have a hard time mentioning the fact that like my channel is only making like maybe 200, maybe at most $300 a month, which is like not enough for me to live on. I have a hard time talking about it. Like I'm a very headstrong person. I usually work very hard to make sure I don't have to ask for help, but like the kind of job that this is requires me to do that, and it's a hurdle that I'm trying to get over. But you know, you all are wonderful, and again, thank you so very much for that. You like genuinely, I really, 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 really appreciate that donation. That's really kind of you. And also Turtlebird, thank you so much for 10 memberships. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much for that. You're lovely. You're always doing something for me, Turtlebird. Like you're always helping out. You're always gifting things. You're on Twitch and YouTube, and you're so kind. You're so kind. Thank you. There was a Twitch chat that was auto moderated. And I don't know why it got auto moderated. It's not necessarily a bad, like, it's a bad comment, but it's not something that I would like. It's funny because they got like a gifted membership, so I don't know how that happened. Like, it's funny that like hate raiders get like a wait a second. What? They're like an anti-trans person, but they have like a free lifetime subs. Oh, enjoy free lifetime subs on your own channel. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I was reading my own. That's super funny. How do I don't know if I want to respond to this. Uh how do I auto mod a comment? Like there's like how do I undo the auto mod thing? How do I do that? Oh, whatever. I'll read it out loud, though. It said, "Why would the Democratic Party care if you're hostile to them? Trans people are bad optically anyway. Most people only care about trans people in a political context when they're in a luxurious position and can afford unwise expenditure of political will." You're literally just wrong. So like trans people are bad optically only if you're terrible at optics. Like if you don't know how to talk about it and you don't know how to engage with it, then you're not currently on Twitch to fix it. No, I don't. Kitten Claws, you don't have to do shit. I'm gonna like get rid of all my mods on YouTube so that no one feels like they have to mod. Like my Discord mods are the people that have been modding on my streams, and it's been causing them stress, and I was not aware of this um until recently. So like I need to like unmod all of my Discord mods because they genuinely like I don't want you to feel like you have to do that shit. Like it's not it shouldn't be your job to be stressed over oh, okay, here's another thing. I think trans people should be allowed to exist despite being creepy perverts. That's actually just stupid. Like that's actually just one of the most brain dead takes I've ever heard in my life. The only thing creepy about trans people is the top few are losing control of the masses and people are finally waking up to the oppression we all have been in. Yeah. FYI, if you're seeking asylum in another country, leave weapons behind. You won't have a great experience if you try to take them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, definitely if you're trying to get asylum, don't bring your weapons. I'm chilling here. Okay, good. I took away your mod stuff so you don't feel like you have to do anything. And I'll do that for any Discord mod that I see pop in here. I'll take away your mod stuff so you don't have to feel like you're stressed trying to help me moderate. Oh boy. All right. Well, that was the video.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, I mean like
Let's take a relaxing break and leave cyber stress behind.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Please clap.
Okay, so that's pretty much what I got going on for the video. We can keep chilling. I can take a little more. I like honestly, I need to come down from how angry I just got. I think I saw like actual blinding rage during that video. I that was a bit intense, but yeah. Good night, y'all. This was great. Good night, Alice. Thank you for being here. And you have it good, it's going to get worse. Would you leave the country because you wouldn't leave a bathroom? You'd lose both the country and the bathroom then? Or keep USA and give up bathroom? What? What the what is that even? Alpha Appalachia. Let me look at your okay. This person is like really weird. Like a really weird chat history. And that is such a dumb point. You have it good in America? Are you fucking kidding me? We don't even have health insurance. Every other country in the fucking like every other modern country gives free healthcare to their citizens. And you're just over here like, you don't love America? You don't love that we're murdering people right now in the Middle East, and you don't love that that life is unreasonably expensive? Like, my health insurance was gonna be $600 a month for me alone. And you think that's great? You're a fucking idiot. Like, you've clearly never been out of the country. Go to Europe. You'll spend a week there and be like, shit, I don't want to leave. You're stupid. If you think America's better. The only reason to stay in America is just because it's hard to move. Like, it's so hard to get out of the country. That's the only reason people don't leave at this point. Anyway. No one has health insurance for free. We all pay. In America, we pay. You know, in Europe, in a lot of European countries, they don't. And they get free healthcare. And honestly, like, it's not even like, it sucks. I want healthcare too. Then why are you sucking the dick of America? Why are you sucking America's dick? If you want, you live in a country with a president who has been named in the Epstein files, which are again are files covering the fact that there was an international pedophile sex trafficking ring. Our president raped children, and you are like, y'all got it good. Why are you complaining? I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling, you know. Something's not quite right about America. I don't know. Can't put my finger on it, really. I just, you know, like, I think about it and I think about it and I think about it, and I just don't quite know, you know. It's like, I wonder. Is there actually a genocide? Yes. We will here for you, my first time chatter, rounded candle. We will go back to the definition of a genocide. Defined under international law by the 1948 Convention of the Prevention and Punishment of the crime of genocide as any part of the following acts committed with the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. Now, of course, what they mean by that is a minority group, so you can just sub in any minority group, and these would apply to it. So, killing members of the group. Hate crimes. Those are real. Hate crimes happen. That is point 1. Check. You can check that fucking box. Causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group. Check. They are passing laws that are explicitly designed to cause bodily and mental harm to members of the group. So you can check that little box right there. Deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. We actually just covered several things that we talked about. We talked about this Fourth Circuit ruling, and we talked about what happened in Kansas, and all of that stuff is inflicting conditions of life on a group calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. So you can check that lovely little box right there too. Imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. Now, like, this is clearly intending to mean a certain thing, and that thing that it's intending to mean is that, like, you're imposing measures to prevent people from becoming a part of this group, whether through birth or through whatever. So like if you're like if you're a trans person who doesn't know you're a trans person, imposing measures to prevent someone from finding out that they're trans, boom. And then you check that little box too. And then forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. So this would be like, as we talked about before, conversion torture, which is a form of torture that tries to convince people that they're not trans. That is definitely that. And then the stripping of parental rights. Like if you're a parent, you're not allowed to make choices between you, your child, and a doctor anymore. The government's just gonna step right in and decide for you. So there you are. There you are. This definition requires both a mental element, intent, which, let's be very clear, they have very clearly stated their intent to eradicate transgenderism from America. That is what they have stated. And a physical element, one of the 5 acts. So it actually only requires one of these 5 things. But guess what? We checked every single box. It's not 1 out of the 5. It's not 2 out of the 5. It's not even 3 out of the 5. It's 5 out of 5, okay? So yes, this is a genocide. I wanted to thank everyone for such a great stream tonight. I really appreciate the support. The views skyrocketed on this stream. Well, I guess that makes sense. Well, thank you for being receptive to the information. I know that I'm like super angry right now. I just got done recording a really intense video and I am so like enraged. So hold on, give me a second.
Let's take a relaxing break and leave cyber stress behind.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here we are. Woo! This is why Nixon, Ford, Reagan, Bush Sr., Bush Jr., this is why none of these far-right-wing, fascist, authoritarian Nazis should have ever gotten elected. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that everyone thinks that this is, like, uniquely bad because of Trump, but, like, we have been building up to this point for years and years and years and years. This is not something that happened out of nowhere. So, like, we really do need a lot of reform in this country to prevent something like this from ever happening again. Like, we really need to make sure that when we get out of this era, that like I said, like for instance, we need federal protections passed for trans people. Like we should not be used as political footballs. Like we should not be used as political footballs. That should not be allowed. It doesn't even matter if it's trans people, gay people, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like you should not be allowed to use minority populations as a political football. Like to put it simply, replace any of these bills with Jews, like with Jewish people, right? So like let's go over here to this Kansas thing. Imagine they sent a letter in Kansas to all Jewish people saying, "Hey, by the way, your license is invalid and you need to surrender your license and get a new license with a Star of David on it indicating that you're Jewish." I don't think anyone would be okay with that. I don't think a single fucking person outside of Nazis would be okay with that. So let's be crystal clear. If you just replace trans people with like Jewish people in these situations, like you're literally you literally get like a very clear picture of what this is. So Cultist222 says, transphobia is racism. Yeah, there's like intersectionality is really important. And yeah. Anime sidekick gal, welcome. Gene determinism held biology back for so long. Yeah. Usually I would joke about y'all because I'm like 15, but now this is making me concerned about it. I'm sorry. Whoa, Rounded Candle. Thank you for the sudden vulnerability. I'm gonna be really genuine with you. Like when people are trolls in my chat, I tend to punch out at them and lash out at them. But that was a really vulnerable thing that you just shared, and I really appreciate you for being willing to say that and apologize for previously thinking maybe some bigoted thoughts or something. Like, this is all very serious, and we're all very concerned about it, and, like, all we want is to live our lives, and, like, genuinely, I don't really care if people agree with me or not or whatever, but, like, I deserve the right to live my life how I wanna live my life. Like, I'm an adult, you know, and, like, I'm not even gonna get into all the arguments and stuff, but, like, I deserve, like, we live in America, the land of the free, right? Like, am I not allowed to live my life how I wanna live my life, you know? Like, that's kind of what this is all about. They are trying to legislate how I wanna live out of existence. They wanna make it so that I'm not allowed to be me, and they wanna make it so that life is impossible for trans people. The goalpost keeps moving down the line to the next minority. Has always been that way. People fear change. Yeah, exactly. They're um if we let them get away with the trans genocide, they're just gonna go back to attacking gay people. If they finish attacking gay people, they're gonna go back. I mean, they're still attacking black people. They never stopped attacking black people, right? Like, this is like they like racism has uh never like stopped pushing its horrendous agenda. But like the thing is that like, well, I could go on and on about it. Like, intersectionality is really important. Like black trans people are suffering more than any other population right now, and even just like want to have some empathy for those people. Um, Gwen, thank you so much for the $20. That's really really kind of you. Thank you so much for that. Let's see here. Sorry I didn't chat more. I've been busy, but I've been listening to all that you have said. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Um, Epstein was friends with the 4chan guy who started slash poll politics. Yes. So that is really important to mention that Epstein met with the guy who like basically ran 4chan, and as soon as they met, like right after they met, the politics board was created, and that is the birthplace for the alt-right. So like literally 4chan is a psyop crafted by Epstein to essentially make the younger population like susceptible to far right politics. And it worked. It worked. Clearly it worked. The alt-right is they're pedophile defenders. Like the alt-right, like they love Trump and he's clearly a pedophile and they don't care. Like they genuinely don't care. Yeah, I just want to live my life free from persecution and bigotry. I feel that. Regular right-wingers who haven't really met a trans person are starting to be like, just why am I supposed to devote so much hatred to this? Exactly. And it's not like they just started thinking that. Like, actually, that's been something we've noticed for a long time. There's like a fatigue with it. Like, you can only look, like they can try to convince you that trans people are the great Satan, but like they can only take that so far, right? Like they can only take that argument so far because clearly trans people are not the issue, right? Like the rich people are the issue. Like this is a class issue. They are robbing us blind. They are making life impossible for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're straight. It doesn't matter if you're cis. It doesn't matter if you're black. It doesn't matter if you're white. Well, I mean, it does matter materially, but like fundamentally, they are going to try to make life worse for you regardless of what regardless of what population you're a part of, because it's not about it like the minority, like the culture war stuff is essentially a distraction from the fact that they are just stealing from you day and night, constantly robbing you, making you work insane amounts to try to feed this economy that benefits the rich. And uh yeah, we make trees into houses and metal into AI. Human transform things. It is human nature. Why not change ourselves? That's actually a really beautiful way to say it, Lauren. I mean, it's like, body mods are a thing. If people want to get piercings or tattoos or split their tongue or whatever, like I'm gonna be honest, I fail to see how that's fundamentally different from like HRT or something like that. Like it's just whatever. It's bodily autonomy. Like it should be a thing that we have. LGBTQ plus people, black people, Latino people, brown people, and other people in general all have a right to live all of their lives as they want. Yes, I agree. Let humans have agency over their bodies. Example of Republicans having alt-right fatigue is the guy that said he missed Uncle Joe. I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. That's so funny though. Yeah, like, well, I mean, like we like there has been constant polling saying that like right wingers in general are tired of hearing about trans people. You know, like it's not news. Like this is not new news. This is stuff that we have known for a while. It's easy to target a group you are not familiar with in expression of emotion. The only difference is the school bullying continues into adulthood because people refuse to grow up and understand others' differences. Yeah, exactly. Like that is fundamentally like these people like Matt Walsh or Ben Shapiro or Joe Rogan or all these other people, like fundamentally they are just doing what they like high school bullies do. Um and it's like it's just a lack of empathy for other people. It's just not being willing to listen to other people's life experiences. Not 4chan as a whole, but specifically QAnon. Bannon and Epstein were worried millennials were getting too progressive. All of this kickstarted by those two broaches. Yes, yes, yes. We have some fairly good faith. We're gonna see more of that as time goes on. I have a feeling. They seem to be absorbing some of this info. I will be honest with you. I get a lot of people who pop into my chat and they're like that vegan MAGA person earlier. Like by the end, before they left, we got them to admit that they were willing to like listen to what we have to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the way that I engage with people, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna like convert some MAGA chud to like a left winger like instantly or anything. But I think that the way that I interact with people is in pretty good faith. Like, I don't think that I make a lot of like debate nowadays has a lot of like rhetorical like you're trying to get an own in on someone, you know, like a lot of debate nowadays is like, "Oh, I'm going to try to say the thing that makes you feel really stupid. I'm going to try to own you and I'm going to try to like whatever." But honestly, like I really do think that like if you engage with people and you talk about these things from a place of seriousness, like a lot of people catch on to that and they're like, "Oh, you're not just trying to make some like political like point. You're not just trying to like own people. Like you're like actually advocating for something. Like you're actually advocating for like I think people understand the difference there." So, uh you know, like I've seen it happen before is all I'm saying. And so like I that's part of the reason why I don't ban these people because like I feel like even if they're not willing to admit it, even if they don't change their positions immediately, I do think that when people listen to me, they start to like, you know, they start to subconsciously mull it over, they start to think about it, maybe some doubts creep in, maybe some misinformation they believe gets kind of debunked in their head. Like even if they're still a transphobe, even if they're still a bigot, if they listen to what I say and they're like, well, you know what? That's a really good point that like I shouldn't be attacking trans people over this or that or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's just like, I don't know. And again, I don't think I'm changing people's minds. I don't think that people are flopping positions because of me, but I do think that it's helpful for people to like hear what I have to say. Like I think we live in an age where there's a lot of echo chambers. And like I listen, like unfortunately, due to my job, I have to listen to a lot of right wingers. Like I know what Trump is saying. I have to listen to a fair amount of like right wing media. So like I'm aware of what the narrative is on the right, and I'm aware of what their arguments are, and I'm aware of what their positions are. Um, and I think that it's important that the left try to reach a broader audience too. Even if people are watching that don't agree with me, like I think it's important that people are watching. That's all I'll say about that. It's just sad that right wingers are generally short sighted enough that they have to watch people being actively hurt before they see the harm. Yeah, well, I mean, we see that with gun rights issues a lot. Like a lot of right wingers are like super uh against gun reform or like common sense gun laws. But then like their child will get killed in a school shooting and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like we need common sense gun laws." Like it's just unfortunate, but a lot of right wingers are privileged to the point where they don't have to deal with the consequences of a lot of this bad policy. Like they're not getting scooped up with ICE. If you go to a white suburban neighborhood, you're not going to deal with ICE. They're not there. So they don't see the harm that's being caused. But you like some of these suburban white people, if they go to an inner city and they see ICE shooting people in the street or scooping them up in a van, I just think that sits wrong. I just think that that's something that you see and you're like, whoa, I don't really like that. Um, do I think the ACLU will fight these new laws? I don't know. I like again. I think we need protections passed. Like that is the only way forward. We need protections in law. Toaster oven. Hello, welcome. The 4chan psyop revelation I am still processing. Feels insane that a lot of 2010s internet was conducted by Epstein and Co. Well, I mean, like spoofer. Let's be honest. Like a lot of American culture has been crafted and like perpetuated by pedophiles. Like I mean, we have to contend with that stuff. Like Miss America and Miss Teen USA or whatever those those teen beauty pageants. Like wasn't there a show where they had like young girls, like 10-year-old girls, like go on a beauty pageant and they had to like wear makeup and like kind of like weirdly sexual outfits for like a 10-year-old and stuff. Like wasn't there a show about that? Like I don't remember the name of it, but like if someone remembers the name of it, you should say it in chat. But like we just have to contend with the fact that like a lot of American modern culture was crafted and perpetuated by pedophiles. And like we need to accept that. Like like there's like honestly, if you look back, like Nickelodeon, like the guy that ran Nickelodeon, you know, he was a huge pedophile. Like Ohio has a lot of people in Ohio that were like extremely tied in with Epstein, and like a lot of Ohio has like weird pedo vibes to it, and it's just like the beauty industry and the plastic surgery industry and the makeup industry and the fashion industry, and like I mean look at American beauty standards. Like you're supposed to look as young as possible as a woman. Like that's kind of pedo shit. You know, like uh Toddlers and Tiaras. Yes, that's the name of the show. And yeah, the aspect of America being formed by pedophiles, I'm still processing too. Yes, yes. They're also the ones designing male and female beauty standards. Exactly. Honey Boo Boo, Toddlers and Tiaras. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Um Matt Walsh makes a lot of money. We're the product. Yep. Lethal Sub, you said that super well. He's selling a product. The product is hatred. Uh, and we are the target of the hatred, so we are like the fuel for his economy. All the red states took trans porn from 30th to 2nd place in just 2 years, but passed anti-transgender laws. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean it's you know, it's explicitly designed to be like that. Like it's explicitly designed to like I mean a lot of these people are extremely repressed. So we've talked about it a lot, but like people when they don't view trans people as people, they view trans people as sexual objects, and that tends to be the norm. Like anyone who's a transphobe views trans people as like a sexual being. Like they don't think that trans people can exist outside of like a sexual context, which tends to be why a lot of them instinctively believe that trans people are inappropriate for children, because they think that being trans in and of itself is sexual, which is really just an admission that they have actually like it. Sexual education is really important, and the reason why is so that you don't get confused about this shit. You know, like if you have a good understanding of sexual education, you're not going to look at a trans person and be like, "Oh, you're a sexual object." Like, no, we're just people, and if you understood anything about being trans, like you know, it has nothing to do with your sexuality. It has nothing to do with sex, like in a sexual sense. You know, like a at all. I think we're a fetish. Exactly. And like if you look at Epstein, Epstein wrote about trans people, and the way that he wrote about trans people was like this extremely, like, he viewed us as sexual objects. He did not view trans people as people. American apple pie and the Epstein files. Exactly. Epstein is as American as apple pie. He crafted our culture over years and years and years and years. And it's dying, but like, you know, like a lot of the boomers are really into that kind of culture. Trans people should get monetary reparations, in my opinion. We'll never get that, but I mean, I agree that like we should get some sort of uh something for the suffering that we've suffered, but like that's not going to happen. If we didn't give Japanese people anything after the internment camps, like we're not going to give Hispanic people anything after they get released from these concentration camps. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to do shit for anyone after after all this is over, unfortunately. Like maybe we'll reform this. That the best case scenario is we reform the system so that this shit doesn't happen ever again. But you like honestly, like we will never receive proper compensation or reparations for the suffering that we are going through. Is someone calling you a toaster again? No. There's a chatter named Toaster Oven who chatted above. Leah, trans people all are just human beings. No, trans people are not a fetish. I didn't say that. Sorry. I don't know if you said, if you think I said that. I did not say that. I said trans people are people. They're human beings. The way you worded that made me think that you thought that I said the opposite. Don't let a MAGA Epstein Club person write the curriculum. Yeah. Transphobes look at us like we're some sort of shape-shifting demon, as if the second we as if the second we cross the bathroom threshold, we turn into some sort of sex-crazed demon. No, that's penis constipation. My bad. Speech to text butchered my comment. It's okay. I kind of figured out what you were saying. People need to make sure not to view Jeffrey Epstein like a super secret smart person, because they're gonna see he's like yeah. No, Epstein isn't smart. He wasn't smart. He was just very dirty. Like Epstein just used a lot of blackmail and held a lot of, like, you know, someone would go to Epstein's house and like do something really horrible and he would catch it on camera, and then from that day forward he's got his thumb on you. You don't have to be smart to do that. You know, you just have to be evil. Like being evil does not require you to be smart. Like that's honestly one of the things about media that I really hate. Like a lot of these like evil geniuses or whatever, like you have to be some sort of special person to be evil. But actually, like a lot of really evil people are extremely banal, stupid, uneducated, base, like not like base, but like a base person, you know, like they really only care about base instincts. Like Trump, for example, he's a perfect example. Trump is a drug addict. He's addicted to uppers. He's a pedophile. He's not smart. He's just evil. He's just like this really disgusting person who only follows his own instincts on what'll make him feel good, what he thinks will stroke his ego or stroke his whatever. And like it has nothing to do with him being intelligent, smart, crafty, or anything, because he's not. He's just evil enough to do the things that other people are like, no, you shouldn't do that. You know? Like and that's the real thing about evil, is that like evil people, like committing evil deeds is actually not that hard. It just requires you to not care about the fact that it's evil. Like going out and hurting people is incredibly easy to do. Taking advantage of people is easy to do. Lying is really easy to do. It's hard to care about people. It's hard to like you know what I mean? Like all it requires to commit evil deeds is to accept that you just don't care about other people. And then boom, it's all right there. Let's see here. They think we're a fetish, but we're not. Hello there, Emmy, QVT, welcome. And thank you for the follow 2 minutes ago. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. 105 followers on Twitch. We're growing. We're growing. When Woke 2 comes back, I fully expect my channel to shoot to the heavens. We like this. These are the dark times. If we can get some gains during the dark times, then hopefully when Woke 2 is back, we will shoot to the moon. They literally wrote the curriculum, at least in the States, Maxwell House. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Being a shape-shifting demon sounds awesome. Yeah, it does sound awesome. His base instincts, exactly. It's yeah, exactly. He's just evil, and the one thing he knows how to do well is cater to evil people. Exactly. They are so dumb. People don't take them seriously until it is too late. The story of America. Yeah, like they're like a very real quote that people should take seriously is like the banality of evil. Like the banality of evil is like a real thing. Like we think of evil as this like supervillain shit, but it's like it's not. It's this stuff that we're talking about where like Kansas sends everyone a letter saying that your license is invalid. Like that's evil, but it's also banal, you know? And like we have to accept that. Planning on starting a channel? Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. I wish you the best of luck with that. And I hope that you succeed and I hope that you're able to do something with it. What are you planning on doing? Oh, also, I wanted to say thank you all for liking the stream. We got up to 64 likes, which is incredible. Honestly, like it's huge. Thank you all so much for the super chats and the support. That's really kind of you. You just like doubled my monthly income outside of Patreon. So thank you for that. That's huge and really, really kind. Thank you for the follows on Twitch and all the interaction there. That's all really amazing. And the gifted subs that came in earlier. Uh, Again, I really appreciate all of that so very much. We have a link tree pinned in both the chats. All of my social medias are on there. Like you can find my Instagram, you can find my Twitch, my YouTube, whatever you want to watch on. And we have I don't know if I said this, we have Discord, Patreon, all that stuff. It's all there. If you want to support me on Patreon, that would help out a lot. It helps keep me fed and not starving. So I really appreciate that. As and if you as some of you may be aware, I am doing this full time now. Like I don't have a different like I don't have a job other than this. So this is what I'm doing, and I hope to continue doing it and to hopefully make life work and make ends meet and all that wonderful jazz. People say I'm a shapeshifter. Sometimes I have to explain it to people because they're like, "Why do you look unrealistic in real life? Like you're always a different person." And me, I know I'm a demon. Well, you don't owe anyone an explanation. I'm pretty sure the big problem that MAGA has with trans people is if they were trans, they know they wouldn't put out for themselves. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. There are like a lot of right wingers hate the queer community because the queer community points out an obvious reality, the fact that like gender and sexuality is a spectrum and that like it's not a simple binary. And there are just a lot of people who just don't want to accept that. They don't want to they do not want to accept the fact that like, it's not some simple binary. It's more complicated than that. It requires them to think about it, and requires them to accept that maybe they are not straight or maybe they're not cis. And unfortunately, that there's a lot of self-hatred involved in that kind of thing. Where like if you can't accept yourself, you're not going to be able to accept other trans people. And it just causes you to lash out at people who do accept themselves because they're living a life that you wish you could live, but you're not strong enough to live. And it's toxic, really toxic. It's unfortunate. They're indoctrinated. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Here, let's get a little. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to. Hold on. I just have like all this stuff in the way. Look at the little boy down there. You see the cute Freddy? Oh, he's such a cute boy. He's so cute. Yes, he is. He's such a cute boy. Yes, he is. We love Freddy here. We love Freddy. Yes, we do. All right. I do not understand Restream. Can someone on the viewer end, can someone tell me how long the stream has been going for? Because on OBS it says 2 hours and 50 minutes. But on Restream it says 2 hours and 25 minutes. And I do not understand how that's possible. Like, what? What? How is it possible that I've been like what? He said, "Mom, it's nap time." Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he got sleepy. He ate his food and he got lots of pets and he's like, "Oh, that was hard work." And then he slept. Self-righteousness is a right-wing standard. They're just super convinced that Christianity is the only way. It's crazy. It's not just Christianity. You see 2 hours and 50-ish? Okay, so OBS is right and Restream is just wrong. Here, let me try something real quick, actually. I'm trying to figure out why this is happening. So we go there. Let me click off of the screen. No, the timer looks like it still is moving after let me wait a couple seconds. Yeah, the timer is still ticking while I'm not looking at it. So I don't understand why Restream is wrong. Maybe the timer just isn't like accurate. On YouTube it's 250. Okay. Okay. Well, I think this has been a really long stream. It's been a great stream. I really appreciate all the engagement and everyone here. Um you're all lovely. I again, I really appreciate everyone's support lately and everything that's been going on. It's tough out there, but maybe it took time out for the video. No, it's not the video. I think that it's just I think that the restream timer is just like not built well. Like it must just be ticking faster than it's supposed to. My point that they know they couldn't get even if they had one of their own. Oh, I see what you're saying, Vigorous Gypsy. I get you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of it is like a lot of like conservative politics is like psychosexual stuff, honestly. Well, anyway, I really appreciate all of you. I'm lovely stream, amazing time. I think I'm gonna have to start rapping right now because I'm tired and sleepy and emotionally burnt a little bit. Um I'm gonna edit this video and uh try to have it out tomorrow. It'll either be out tomorrow or Sunday. I'm gonna try to have energy to edit it tonight, but honestly, like I'm pretty wiped out. I'm not sure I will get it out tonight. It'll either be out tonight or Sunday. So you can expect a video from me the next couple days. This one's gonna be about what we talked about tonight. So again, if you want to support me when the video comes out, just like put it at a low volume and let it play in the background. That'd be super helpful. The video was amazing. Take care of yourself, Leah. You're an amazing person. Oh, thank you all so much. Thank you for the support. It really does mean a lot. Uh, Again, I could not be doing this without all of you. It's genuinely really encouraging to see everybody here. I love my community. You're all like really I'm really lucky to have such an amazing community. All right. All right. Freddy says goodbye. He's sleeping. He's sleeping. That was a very good video. Get some rest and recharge. Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed the video. I'm hoping that it does well in the algorithm because like we need to get the word out. Like I really do think I need to start blasting this message. Like from now until 2028, I'm gonna have a really consistent message of like we need to have standards for our politicians, and if they don't meet a certain standard, we cannot accept it. Like we just can't. Because it's actually like damaging to us all. So yeah, I it's the thing and stuff and
I'm staying in the race.
all right, all right, all right, all right. I'm gonna try to remember to add more soundboard sounds. I've got a good list of. I've got like 20 sounds that I need to add to my soundboard. So I'm going to try to have those by next stream. Whew. Boy, I am tired. All right. Well, anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll be back Monday with another stream. Oh, like I said, I just wanted to say, by the way, I'm gonna have to like the Wednesday gaming streams are probably gonna turn into politics streams because there's just so much happening. Like, I don't feel like I'm able to cover everything in one politics stream. Like 3 hours is not enough to cover 1 week of politics in America. So the Wednesday streams are probably just gonna become politics streams. Same with the Monday streams, and then Friday will just be like a casual, whatever we feel like doing streams. Anyway, love you all. Peace out. Drink some water. I will see you Monday. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you all soon. Bye.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.